9 cycles have passed. When the gods deem mortals too powerful, they decree a race between their avatar and the mortals to determine their worth. In the race, the mortals are granted a chance to engage the very gods themselves. The mortals are granted a chance of survival. The mortals are granted a chance to become gods. Lose and see all mortal life removed from the Kryn, and the next cycle begins. This race is the final command of the gods to their mortal counterparts. This is their dying order.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the beginning of the stream. It is us, the boys, and Tablestory's Dying Order. Just me, I'm the only Englishman. No, I'm not. Pocket is related to King Henry VIII. She just told me. That's what she said.
No, I'm related, or I was related to the person that was married to Mary Boleyn, who slept with King Henry. So I, through second degree, slept with King Henry.
Nice. And there's your new Twitter bio.
That's not someone you want to sleep with. First of all, he died of having syphilis, and second of all, he killed half his wives.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's a bit of a risk. There's a bit of a risk, but he was quite rich.
Yeah.
You know, so swings and roundabouts. Someone else who's unbelievably rich, Katie Peters Plays. How you doing?
Yeah, you know me, just
You all
my
right?
mountains of gold.
Crazy how much money she's got.
I mean, there's just piles of gold in that room that I don't show you guys. I'm
wild.
doing good. How are you doing, Brad?
I'm doing all right, you know.
Good.
I'm doing all right, you know, because I've got some rich friends. You know, I was maybe seeing if you could lend me a few quid.
I'll put them in a box and mail it over.
Thank you. Coins, just gold coins and gems.
Just gold coins.
Like,
yeah.
oh, there you go.
I got some goblets. I'll throw a goblet in too.
Yeah. Talking of goblins, how you doing, Pumpkinberry?
Yes, I was hoping you would pick me for that. I'm great, but can you ask me about my walking stick?
I was gonna. The boop stick
Yeah, the
has
boop
arrived.
stick. It
So
is here.
as far as
It's
I'm
arrived.
aware, you found that in your own back garden.
Yeah, I found it in the woods,
You just found it on the street.
and I whittled it myself.
You're
I
a
didn't-
liar. You
I
spent
didn't spend
$20.
any money. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a nice
I did.
stick. So
What?
when you hit stuff in this campaign, what are you gonna hit visually for us?
I'm gonna hit my DSLR camera with my walking stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
KPP will just buy you a new one. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll get you 5 backups.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you should buy something like one of those Bobo dolls and just inflate it, or you know those things that wobble back and forth. If you hit them, they always stand back up. And then every week just inflate. And then when you want to, if you would like to start initiative, you don't even need to say anything. We'll just hear you hit that thing,
Hit the stick.
and that's
or
how
the-
we know what your character is doing.
Okay. Could I get a high-res photo of your face for no reason in particular?
Oh yeah, sure. That's really nice
Cool.
of you.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? What's it for?
Nothing
All right.
in particular. Nothing
Um,
that we've been talking about.
someone else who needed a high-res photo of my face so that they could create this outfit. This be Alex. How are you doing? I actually shaved a bit.
Oh,
Under
my
here.
God! Please
Look at
tell me
your-
it wasn't because I called you a neckbeard.
No,
Oh,
it was
no.
because everyone's been calling me a neckbeard. Yeah, no, I lost my thing to shave, but you didn't. Disby, what?
No,
No?
no, gotta keep the beard.
Look at that cup.
It's
Oh.
amazing.
Mug.
Yes,
I
it's as
assume
big
it's-
as my face.
That is amazing. Yeah, I had one of those this morning, but I don't have it now. Now I've just got a Vertigo Gaming cup.
Took it.
Which is also, did you notice that this is in Borderlands 3, this logo, which I was like, he should lawyer up. This is totally the Borderlands upside down vault thing that they kept using, and it's like exactly the same. I'm like, lawyer up, dude. Lawyer up. All right. Well, here we are. Moving on. Here we are in Dying Order. This is episode 3, the final episode. Based on how last week went, the gang here decided to go on their first portion of their race to Dust Vale, which is a horrific and awful, massive, scorching, boiling hot desert. As soon as they arrived, they started walking the wrong way. They didn't know, but they did start walking the wrong way, and immediately encountered a giant spider and almost died. I mean, you did successfully avoid dying, barely. Aura was poisoned. Also, this whole time, KPP has said Aura Oak fell on the overlay. I didn't know, and that's been fixed. And also now it says easygoing GM or DM with a question mark.
I didn't even notice that you had my name wrong, so...
No, neither did I until I went
you
on.
didn't make her RP it out and change it in the story.
Yeah,
episode 1.
That's the type of crazy thing that...
Yeah, who the fuck would do that?
That would be...
Asshole.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'd just try and murder you in your first ever game of D&D within the first hour of play. But I would never force you to change your name.
That's funny because every time Brad has the conversation that you guys don't hear, it's like, I can't believe you let them do that. If somebody came to me with, a Briar and a Brian, I'd say, no, one of you has to change.
Oh, wait, this is the old overlay because now it says no name yet on Disby's thing. I changed Aura, but we went back to no name yet on Bo. Hey, what does it say on the map? No name yet. So I didn't make this overlay. Wax Stephen did. Which is why I think it said Oak fell, because I must have either I typed it wrong or I just sent him the wrong thing or he wrote it in or whatever. I don't know. But when we made it, Bo didn't have a name, so he sent it to me like it's not finished because I just wrote this thing in. So when I went into the overlay to change it for the first time ever, so that I could put a question mark on my own name, I saw that Aura's name was wrong, and now it says no name yet. Which was a meme purely between me and Whack, I think, for a little while. On the thing.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's alright. I think I have the other one. So last week, PB will sum up what happened for you while I fix the overlay.
What?
What happened last week after you encountered the spider?
Well, Aura almost died. She got poisoned. And then Suna lifted the spider up with a levitate spell, and then they ran away. And then after that, they found a sign. I should have taken it as an actual sign in the sand that said where they were.
Yeah.
Suna didn't recognize it, so they kept going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe we are sitting down doing a short rest in the heat of the afternoon, so that we don't die. But everybody here has heat exhaustion. We're suffering. Do you still need me to stall? Are you good? You got it?
I think I've done it.
Okay.
I think it's done.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, everybody's suffering from heat exhaustion except for Sauna. So
that's right. Everyone got it but you. Yeah, I actually forgot about that heat exhaustion, which is hysterical.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. My notes are a little crazy from last week because you kind of went all over the place, and it was not my plan, but it was the plan that we had to go with. So let's
Did you put half genie on the fucking overlay?
Do you know what race you are? I mean, you're not a half genie, really, so it's fine. This is how old this overlay is.
Mm-hmm.
Was back when... Alright, no, she's a half genie. But what's the other half?
No one knows.
No one knows. Alright, so if you want to sum up what's going to happen today while I fix the overlay again.
No, don't even bother fixing the overlay. It's fine.
Alright.
We'll just do the other one for next week. It's okay.
Let's just jump back into it then. This is the best campaign of all time.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Should have left no name yet. Alright. So. Jumping back in. Here we are.
There we go.
Returning to the desert. I think you guys were doing a short rest. So I'm gonna fast forward you to the end of that in technical terms. So you've had a short rest. Now you guys did your hit dice stuff.
Yes.
And the hit dice gave you your HP back. And you've done that, right? Yeah. So, I think probably we come to the end of what maybe would be an hour. I think it was around 11-ish that you guys came to the end of your short rest, and that's when your hit die would tick over. Basically, having a short rest allows you to recover a little bit. You can imagine that you're kind of bandaging wounds or just relaxing enough to catch some of your energy. The 4 of you are, I think you said you were kind of in like an area where you were in shade, but not necessarily like in a cave or anything like that. You'd found some shade underneath like a mesa, and 3 of you feel the effects of exhaustion, but it's not fully exhaustion. It is what is known as heat stroke. My brain works fully. This essentially means that you have disadvantage on skill checks. That's really all it means. So a skill check is when you roll for investigation or perception or something like that. And I would imagine you probably don't have much water left. If you've got a full water skin, maybe at the beginning of the day, maybe half of it is gone. If you've had any food or had any of your rations, you can mark off a ration from your inventory. On the left of your inventory, there's like how many you have of each thing. And on the... Yeah, so I would assume you probably would need to eat something. So you can mark off one of those. You guys know that it is really hard to find water here. You've already sort of been looking, foraging, trying to find some of these long-stemmed cacti that are in the region, and you can use those to refill your water skin, or any other water skins that you might have if you had spare ones or anything like that. But so far you haven't found any of those things. You've also been using your eyes to scout and look for enemies and things like that. But it's proving to be very difficult. The terrain here is unbelievably awful. For the most part, it's sand. It's quite windy here, and the wind is like kind of... It's not the type of wind that's like pushing you over. It's not like anything like that, but it definitely would be kicking sand up into your face and irritating your skin, drying you out even quicker than the blistering heat. And as you approach midday, the heat is just awful.
I'm sorry, it's me.
And yeah, the 4 of you probably spend a little time here. What do you guys think that you would have been doing in this hour, maybe 2 hours that you've spent in the shade trying to avoid the horror of the midday sun, the maybe midday 1 p.m. sun?
I'd be probably keeping a lookout. Like not moving too much, but just like what I can see, just trying to stay aware as I can.
Yeah, when you're taking a rest, you generally don't want to be doing anything too active, but you can definitely be taking watches and keeping an eye around you, without it kind of interfering with the actual rest and causing you to, mess up the watch. So yeah, you can give me a perception check for your general 2 hours. Every now and then maybe you do a scout of the perimeter. What about the rest of you?
I'm definitely talking the entire time. I'm telling you stories and just rambling, and it's probably really annoying. But at some point, I would like to try to see if I either can remember where to go or if I can, like, whisper with the magic and ask where I need to be going and if we're going the right way.
Yeah, genie magic.
Yeah,
You
which now we can say.
you you can actually you can give me a roll. Give me a D20 plus 5. I think. Let me double check. Don't need to go into your character sheet, but I'm gonna.
Do you want me to just add that to my macro bar as well?
Plus 6. D20 plus
Okay.
6.
21.
Damn. All right. We'll come back to that. 22 on the
Okay.
perception from Ellie. Aura, Bo, what do you think you guys have been doing?
I'd be scouting for water. Just hopefully not the milky stuff. Don't want any of that.
Yeah, taking a look around for some water. Okay, you can give me a survival
Huh?
check. That is a
What?
22. Damn, the rolls are good today. See, if I hit you with a big spider now, you'll be fine.
No, just stop.
No? All right.
Don't
And
get
Aura?
any ideas.
Aura, what do you think you're doing?
I'm probably tracing the engraving on the sword, just sitting there staring at it and
Yeah.
listening to Suna tell stories and like looking at her and nodding my head a lot, like, but my eyes are focusing and unfocusing on her. And then like looking back at the sword and tracing it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably feel very rough. You were injured and you had the effects of this kind of poison running through your body. And over the course of the next hour or so, the poison wears off and your wounds heal from some of the magic effects. And slowly, I think you probably start to feel way more like yourself. But it's not, you don't feel good. But I don't think anyone here is going to be sitting there feeling great in these conditions. But yeah, I'd say it probably takes you a little while to recover fully. Although in terms of the poison, you are cured or whatever. Just remembered that you are all heat stroked. So Bo and Ellie, can you roll for me again? Because you have disadvantage, which means you roll twice and take the lowest roll. Sooner you don't need to do that though. 18 on the perception. So of the 18 and the 22 that you rolled, you take the lowest one, which is the 18. And then for you, Bo, you need to roll survival. Roll me another survival. You can just roll it flat. You don't need to roll with advantage or disadvantage because I'm going to take the first 22 that you rolled and the second one, which is a 21. All these rolls are insane. You are... All right. Good. I think first of all then, Bo, will come to you. You, during this time, have been wandering around. Looking around for cacti or maybe even creatures, something that you could catch and eat.
Oh,
No? Okay, just cacti. But I think you do find one. There's a point where you see a cacti that isn't like the basketball-sized and shaped round cacti that you saw previously. It's this very sort of long, thin cacti. It's got like the typical looking cacti with the arms that come off of it. And I think you approach it, and I assume maybe you cut the thing open. How do you approach this thing when you see it?
okay. So as soon as I cut it, it's like a fountain and it's gushing with water. And I call it to the ladies, hey, there's some water over here.
What? Well, that's convenient. I will get up and I will walk over.
Come fill up your water skins.
Yeah, you
Oh,
see
it is
this
actually water too. I didn't think you'd find water. I thought you were going to find something else.
very
Oh, what
tall
can I
cacti
say?
that's got a little little leakage of clear-looking liquid. It's not milky.
Yeah, I pull out the little baggie or the vial of like the white liquid I took, and I'm like, well, at least it wasn't this stuff again.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're going to keep that because we can
Yeah.
sell that.
Yeah.
People will pay
Or
a
we
lot
could
of
drug
money for
someone
that.
with it. We could drug someone if we needed to.
Well,
We need-
I mean, that's probably not what you would want to use, but yeah,
I like
mean,
her
guess
idea.
Technically, we could use that, but Devil's Cren is probably what you'd be more useful here, right? Do you stab people?
I mean, sometimes. You
Is
know.
that how you do that when you lurk in the dark? You just stab them?
Yeah, sometimes I mean, slit their throat, stab them, poison them. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can kill someone, you know?
I'll have to ask you about that later because my neighbor needs a good talking to. So I could maybe use some advice on how to take care of that problem.
Then we'd probably just strangle if you don't want him dead.
Oh no, I want him dead. It's
Oh,
a huge nuisance.
But we could discuss this. Yeah, we could discuss it. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm sure you'll meet him at some point. Or maybe you won't.
I drink I drink a little bit of mine and then I go to fill mine up.
Yeah, you guys can take, well, you basically refill your water skins. If you have a vial or you have anything else in your inventory that you think you can fill with water, then you can do so. And you can count it as another water skin or something like that. Or mark it down as something that is the equivalent. I don't know if you guys have vials or other water skins. I don't think you have spare water skins. I don't know why you would have other water skins. But I know that some of the packs that you guys have things like vials and
Would a poisoner's kit have vials in it?
I would
Or just a bunch of poison?
we can look it up. Some of the things are some of the things have really specific stuff. Yeah, there you go. A poisoner's kit includes the vials, chemicals, and other equipment necessary for the creation of poisons. So I think you do have vials and stuff in there, but they're probably filled. They probably have something in there that's poisonous. You know, you have varying levels of stuff that you can chemistry together into a deadly concoction and then lather it onto a
Wouldn't I have to have
knife.
one empty then if I'm doing it together?
Yeah, I guess so. That's fair enough. Yeah, you can fill one of those vials there with
I just have one empty one and I just pull it out and fill it out.
Yeah.
Like, I might have to drink this next if I need a poison.
And then yeah, you just fill one of your previously poison vials with water, and I guess we just
Listen,
hope
as a
there was
rogue,
no.
maybe I dabbled a little bit and, you know, trying to make yourself a little more immune to poison, how you like just barely drink a little bit
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think you you get another water skin before the cactus kind of runs dry, I guess, or you know, it seems like it has nothing left to give. Suna.
I'm just teasing. Yes, what?
You probably tell the story to Aura of your hometown, how it was a marketplace. You recall having this very tall building with all of these carpets in it, these strange windows that would look out over the town, and you would see this huge white rock temple sat on a bed of sand and red rock, and from there you would probably give your tarot readings to varying people. As usual, you would be waiting in your home for a reason. Usually an event is happening. And then I think you probably realize this isn't your story to tell. You're just telling someone else's story because you never had a home that was a big rock building with
Yeah.
carpets and a kitchen downstairs with a table where you would give readings to people. Upstairs there was an area with lots of carpets and pillows and soft things to sit on, with another smaller table that lots of people could sit around, friends or people that would wait.
Has this happened before? Like, can I surmise where this is coming from? Or is it just kind of... I've also forgotten a lot of things about Dust Vale, like how to get home and stuff. So would I assume that this is... Like, can I at least remember enough of what I did to know that this isn't mine?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
$18.
18.
You can surmise this. It's up to you if it's something you've experienced or not, but this is genie magic. This is something coming from that portion of your heritage. And you can remember very clearly. This isn't like a passing dream or anything. You just remember. You can sit and close your eyes and concentrate very well on your surroundings. This building that you feel like is home, or that you lived in, that was quite tall. When you see out of one of the windows, you can see this white rock temple, this very tall looking, kind of rough looking temple that is built on top of this sort of central piece of the town around it, and below it you can see lots of little houses. Seems to be made out of maybe limestone or sandstone or something like that. Kind of all of the edges of the houses are softened as if they've been beaten by the sand, wind beaten, and a general market town around it. And from here you've spent several years probably making a small living, just doing readings for people with things like tarot, and using your innate sort of divination powers to predict small little things that are going to go on around town that you can charge people money for. You're waiting for something here, and you waited for a very long time.
Do I know what this town is called?
Yes. It is called Thin Dune.
Oh, fuck. Shit. I think I know where we're supposed to go, and I think the town is gone. That sign that we saw for Thin Dune, I think that's where we're supposed to be.
I mean, I didn't see anything.
Well, bite my bottom and butter my biscuit. We're lost!
Maybe just a little bit.
You are indeed lost. However, Ellie rolled an 18 with disadvantage on her perception checks, or just staying perceptive, and I think you're probably maybe it wouldn't be too hard for all of you to be aware of this thing to happen, but Ellie, you're hyper aware of something that happens. I think maybe towards the end of this rest, when everyone's starting to kind of feel like it's time to maybe get up and move on, you actually hear in the distance, and I'd say relatively quietly, you can hear what sounds like an old gunshot go off over the wind. You stop for a second, focus a little more before you hear it again in the distance, coming from the west. You're pretty sure now that this is a revolver or something like that, and not a good sounding one, like an old western sounding thing, like a that goes off. And you pick up on the sound of what must be a gunshot.
Well, someone's having a party.
Is it coming from the direction that the spider was?
No, it's coming from the opposite direction, the way you were going, towards the west.
Then I point, and I'm like, that way. There's someone over there. I hear shooting. We should probably go check it out.
Well, What if they shoot us?
I mean, they're probably shooting at something else.
But then what if they shoot at us instead?
I mean, we got the drop on them because we heard them. They didn't hear us.
So you just want to murder whoever this is?
If I have to, but I don't want to.
I mean, we don't know who they are. Why don't we just leave them alone?
Because they might know where we need to go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if we just are friendly, then I won't need to murder them. But if I need to like tie them down, maybe torture them a little bit.
What? No, let's not torture anyone. That's a little bit extreme, I'd say. Unless it's my neighbor. He deserves it.
I mean, this could be a bad guy, but if he's not, then he might help us. We could maybe trade some of this white stuff, goo, for information.
We're not trading that for information. We're trading that for a lot of money. A lot of gold.
Maybe we could trade something. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Or maybe he'll just tell us where to go so we don't die.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
Health supplies too.
How are you feeling, Aura?
I'm okay. And I'm gonna hand Suna back her walking stick.
Oh, thank you.
It's very pretty.
You can keep using it if you'd like.
Oh, I'll be okay. I think the poison's worn off a little bit.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, you just let me know.
I think you can all hear gunshots. They still go.
Do I hear multiple or just one? It sounds like one gun, one type of gun is shooting. Or they're different types, it sounds like.
Give me an investigation check.
Do I need to... How do I roll with disadvantage?
Like
the double box thing?
Yeah, let me double check your sheet. I can set it so that it asks you. Oh, it should do. When you click it, it should come up and ask whether you have advantage or disadvantage.
A normal roll or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, an investigation. Okay, normal roll with disadvantage.
Bam,
18.
yeah, 18 again.
Nice.
You can tell this is one gun. It sounds like it's the same gun. It sounds like it's coming from the same place. And the shots are sporadic. I think you already can tell that it's kind of an old sounding revolver which has
like a pea shooter. Like
yeah,
it's got
but
6 rounds or something.
They have like 6 or 8 rounds in it, and this is of going. It's kind of every now and then a shot goes off.
So it doesn't sound like they're actually shooting at something. It sounds like they're fucking around, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe
something's chasing them.
We're shooting the spider.
All right.
No,
Well,
that was that way. That was the other way.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So we should probably keep going. That would be a good way to keep going anyway, because I really don't want to. I don't want to face that thing again. It's
Okay.
better. Yeah. So if you can walk, and I look at Aura, if you can walk, then we should probably get going.
Fine. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. If you need help, just ask Bobo.
Okay.
So,
Oh, lean on my shoulder.
Okay. Thank you, Bobo. You're very kind.
and I start walking in that direction, pick
Yeah.
up my stuff.
You guys are walking. Are you doing anything to maybe approach cautiously, or are you approaching quickly? Or are you just kind of casually sauntering over in the direction? For the most part, it's still relatively flat sands. It won't probably take too long before you can maybe see what's going on, as long as they're not hidden. There are a few mesas that punctuate the sand here, and you can see a few in the west as you head back along the train tracks. But what is your approach like here?
I would say cautious. If someone has a gun, I don't want to just run up there and be like, "Hey, neighbor."
Yeah.
So
everyone else kind of creeping, cautious, or full on creeping, like stealthily.
I'd say I'm cautious. I'm cautious, but and I'm probably aware of any points where I could maybe seek any sort of cover, keeping myself from being fully exposed in the middle of the open.
Okay.
Which is pretty open anyway, which is hard to do, I know, but if I can, I'm gonna try and do that.
And is everyone else kind of doing the same thing?
I'd be cautious too.
Yeah. Bo?
I'm approaching very cautiously.
All right. So cautiously.
I don't know how cautious or hidden I can be. I'm an old lady with a walking stick, but yes, I will try.
cautiously, you head west. And I think it doesn't take you too long before you hear another gunshot, and it's pretty close. And you see this time where it is coming from. You see somebody dressed. I think Suna, you're pretty. Even with your memory, you're aware of what a sandwalker is. You see a relatively masculine figure. Yeah, you guys maybe come up over a bluff of sand or a dune, and you see halfway up what is like a mesa, kind of with his back against the top portion of a relatively tall, not insanely tall mesa. Somebody who is a very masculine looking figure, a very large looking guy in sandwalker garb. These are like red wraps that are designed to help you on long distance travel in Dust Vale. Sandwalkers are basically a like a Sherpa kind of. You can hire them to travel around without using the train. If you need to go out into the sands, they're kind of like rangers specifically designed for the desert. They look kind of like this. This is what sandwalker garb looks like, kind of red wraps. They have these swords or bows and arrows and things like that. For the most part, they're relatively well covered up and prepared for the heat and the terrible terrain of Dust Vale. And you can see this sandwalker standing on top of this low mesa, and he's got this thick rope looped around his left arm, and it's pulled completely taut down towards the ground in front of him. And on the other end of it, you can see maybe a dwarf, but most of him is gone because his shoulders are buried, and only really his head and part of one arm is sticking out of some quicksand.
That looks precarious. We should probably help.
You see that he's got one arm holding on to this rope. Around him, you can see these little snakes, very poisonous looking snakes, gliding across this quicksand unaffected. I think as you guys start approaching, this sandwalker doesn't see you. The dwarf doesn't see you. I'm going to give you a battle map. If you would like to place yourselves in the darkened area on the right, put
Can I
yourselves
ask
wherever you
you
want to start.
A cheeky question.
You may.
Have I encountered these snakes before?
Give me a nature check. Put yourself wherever you want in that black square. You can start wherever you
11.
like in this black square here. 11. Yeah, I think they're just poisonous vipers.
Okay, so I don't know their weaknesses or anything like that.
They're small and weak. You just got to hit them.
Okay. Awesome. Amazing.
But they're fast, and if they bite you, it can be very poisonous.
All right, now be careful. They're fast, and if they bite you, it's over. But they're pretty weak, so just hit them.
It's just one sandwalker and then snakes, right?
It's one sandwalker and a man who seems to be in trouble in some quicksand.
Yeah, you can see snakes around him. You can see that there's quicksand that the guy is in. You can also see some more quicksand on the south side of this mesa here.
So,
you can't start here. You have to start in the map.
I'm sorry. Where did you say
dark.
we
Oh, I
could
don't know
drop
why is there two of you on this map. I don't know.
What?
Anywhere in this darkened area here.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
You can start. As you guys approach, this is where you're going to be, because we're going to roll some
I'll be
initiative.
next to Aura. I was
as
talking
well.
her ear off the whole time anyway, so
There are a
makes
few
sense.
dead snakes around that look like they've caught a bullet. But this sandwalker is struggling to aim with this gun. You can see him kind of trying to load the gun, and every now and then a shot goes off, and the sandwalker shouts down at the dwarf, probably as you guys are getting into position and rushing up. He shouts, "Stop struggling, Gruntle! It'll pull you into the sand quicker!" You hear the dwarf And he's shaking around like crazy, sweat dripping off of his face, saying, I'm gonna die! Oh, by the gods, I don't want to die in this shithole! The Sandwalker fires the bullet, ping, hits the sand near where this head of this dwarf is, and they begin to struggle. So, everyone give me initiatives. Remember to click on your token, and then give me the initiative rolls, and I am going to add turns for the snake here as well. And
I look back at Stu and I'm like, yo, can you do that thing you did?
Oh, yes.
Stand right.
Yes, I absolutely will. Don't worry.
Okay.
But I need to make sure I communicate with him because I don't want him to struggle.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Ellie, did you roll?
Oh, I thought I did. My bad.
Okay.
I failed. There you go.
All right, nice. Okay, so you are in the following order: Bo, then Ellie, then Aura. Who's got the highest dex score out of Ellie and Aura?
I have 18.
18.
Yeah.
I have 15.
15. All right, so we'll go Bo, Ellie, Aura, Suna, then the Sandwalker, whose name is Marwood, but you don't know that, and then some poisonous snakes. The dwarf is just stuck right now. Bo.
How bad does it look for him? Like, where is it?
All right, let's get cracking.
What do you mean, where is it?
Is it up to his waist? Is it up to his
Oh, it's like up
neck?
to his
Is he
shoulders, and he's like
fucked?
freaking
Yeah,
out,
okay.
and it's like
Okay,
it's
yeah. Oh,
going
no. Okay,
upwards.
okay. All right.
Each turn, each round is 6 seconds that passes. No matter how many turns
Yeah.
you all have, only 6 seconds will pass between Bo's turn now and Bo's next turn. But he does look like he's sinking
Okay.
pretty fast. You know, he probably needs to hold his breath. Bo, first one in. What would you like to do, young man?
Right, to start, I'd like to enhance ability.
Nice.
I'd like to give Ellie a nice big boost. So I'm gonna give her Bull's strength. No, I was about to say bullseye, but Bull's strength.
Yeah.
Bullseye would be
This-
nice
this-
as well.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
So
so
I go over to Ellie, give her a nice gentle pat on the shoulder, and give her a boost.
all right. So Bull's
This will help
strength
ya.
will mean that you have advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles for the next hour. So Bo, this says that you're concentrating on it, which means that if you take damage or you cast another spell that has the concentration tag, it will stop this one. So you're constantly holding this spell going, and you've enhanced.
Okay, I will
You've
not lose
enhanced Ellie.
concentration.
Ellie,
Well,
you
this-
probably look like Master Roshi as well now. You've probably you've just got like ginormous arms all of a sudden, or something
Oh, I
like
could
that.
get used to this. This is it's nice. Thanks, man. And I
you're
like pat you
feeling
on the
strong.
back like really hard.
You
Sorry.
can also move if you'd like, Bo.
Oh, wait, so what?
You may move if you would like.
Oh, I'm good right where I am.
All right, cool. So, Bo enhances Ellie's strength, and then Ellie, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take aim at because I think my bow is 80 yards.
What is it? A short bow or a long bow?
It's a short.
Then yeah, I think it says it on the thing. We can. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna take aim and I'm gonna aim for the one that's right about 70 yards. This one right here.
Yep.
So I'm gonna fire at it.
Okay. Give me the attack roll.
Is it with disadvantage?
No, it's only your ability checks that are
Oh, okay.
so like skill checks.
Oh boy.
A 10.
Oh boy.
Incredibly, if memory serves, is a miss. You you see this arrow fly over towards this snake. I think it hits the sand and then kind of flies across the sand a little bit. And this is when the sandwalker sees you. He sees that thing and he's holding on to this thing. He's kind of taking aim with this revolver and holding onto a rope.
I have advantage, right?
Why?
Because we're attacking. Don't I have advantage for attacking? They don't.
For the assassin thing?
Yeah, for attacking,
Maybe.
but without them knowing or something like that.
You have an advantage on.
You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
Yes, you do. Roll
Fucking
again.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do I roll again? Yeah, just
Yeah,
roll
you just
again,
roll
right?
again and we'll take the highest one.
Okay, didn't matter.
11. Yeah, unfortunately, still a miss. The arrow hits the sand. The sandwalker sees it and looks over towards where you guys are. He takes a moment. You can see his eyes kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
We're here to help, Sandwalker.
Hey, can you get me out of here? Shouts the dwarf. The sandwalker.
Yeah, don't struggle. Just stop struggling.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna try to get you out. Don't panic.
The sandwalker.
By the way, so
Yeah. Yeah, you can move. The sandwalker shouts down at you and says, kill the snakes! Kill all of the snakes! And then you go running towards the south there. And that's where you're ending your turn?
yeah, I'm just trying to get position better for the other snakes.
Cool, okay. Aura brings us to your turn.
I'm gonna pull out my longbow
Hmm.
and I'm gonna aim it at the snake. I don't know if you guys can see it when I do. How do you ping on the roll 20 map?
Just hold the button down, so it's like the select move. Click
Oh, there we
point the
go.
button. Yeah, like that.
Okay, so I want to aim for that snake.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
Give me the attack roll. Wow. Natural 24. Big shots. Yeah, give me the damage roll. 16 damage to this tiny little snake. I mean,
What does your bow look like?
how does this whole
It's
thing
just-
look? Because
yeah, what is
you're obliterating this snake right now. By the way, you can basically do whatever you want in this situation.
The bow's just always slung over my back, so I pull it out and I grab an arrow
Is
from
it like
the
just
quiver.
like a wooden bow, or is it ornate
just-
like your sword?
It's just like a basic wooden
Oh,
bow
okay.
that I carved when I was like a kid, and so then I pull it back and I just lock my eyes on the snake I want to hit and let it go.
Yeah, and it flies perfectly. The snake
it
is kind of
fucking obliterates this
wriggling
thing.
across this sand. It's doing that horrible thing that snakes do where they glide across sand like it's just not like it's glass or something. You see it kind of open its jaws and then suddenly it disappears. The camera probably like quickly pans sideways as you can see this snake with an arrow through its head like being launched across the desert here, and it comes to a full stop. Snake completely
Holy
dead.
nettle weasel, you're really good, Aura.
Yeah, I've done it since I was a kid.
Nice
I'm
shot.
smiling.
Very impressive.
Nice shot,
Ew.
shouts the sandwalker as well. And you do have a bonus action and movement that you can do if you'd like.
I don't have a bonus action I want to use, and I think I'll just take a few steps forward.
Okay.
So I'll move just like here, just so I'm a little bit closer.
Yep. Bringing us to Suna.
I usually, when I'm walking, I'm like an older woman. I use my stick. I hobble a little bit, but now I think I move very quickly and dexterously right next to Aura and up close. And then I shout to this man in the sand, "Don't struggle. I'm going to cast a spell."
He is struggling. He's freaking out. Levitate. Once again. Yeah, how does this look?
Once again, the smoke will kind of like black, thick smoke comes out from underneath my clothing and billows out. It expands probably a fair bit, or it probably touches or comes near your feet. And then it's like wind comes up from the sand and I just lift my hand up and I try to levitate him.
Yeah.
And hopefully he doesn't resist this.
He's like freaking out, but he doesn't actively resist the spell. So you see, this dwarf suddenly start to rise up out of the sand. This kind of, it's thin, almost watery looking sand that pours off of him as he's lifted up outwards, kind of begins to lift via his like back by his legs. He's struggling and freaking out. What's going on? I don't know what you're
Me?
He's spinning around and he suddenly like kind of sees what's going on and good work, you. Good work.
I'll hold you here. You can use your bow or whatever you have.
He looks down at the sand and you see the very top of a bow go under. He's like missing all of his stuff. You can see that he's still got his like clothing and stuff. He's got like almost like white khaki looking, almost looks like a uniform. The whole thing looks pretty plain. But then he has these strange thick dwarven jewelry things around his neck and his wrists, and he's got rings on. Thick brown beard, wild kind of hair. But generally looks like all of his stuff is in the sand and going under, and he spins slowly as he lifts upwards. The sandwalker shouts down and says, "He is not fighter. Just keep him away from snakes."
Okay.
And is that where you
Now,
end your
Aura,
turn? Oh, okay.
Aura, you need to protect Bo, okay?
Yes, of course.
Kill snakes, and second priority is to make sure nothing happens to Bo.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right. So he's floating how far up?
20 feet.
20 feet. Okay. Then Marwood will let go of the rope, and then you see him take two hands and grip this very worn-looking old revolver that looks like it shouldn't shoot. It looks like an antique piece, and he is going to fire it now. And on a 9, he is gonna miss as well. The shot goes off, and he's not aiming at the one which is close to him. He's aiming at the one which is underneath the dwarf. And he doesn't get the angle on it. You just see the bullet kind of hit the sand. He shakes the thing. This thing is rubbish. He holsters it and then starts to climb down the mesa here, but he doesn't really move too far because a snake is next to him.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, there is one below him, but I don't think he knows it because that's when it comes up at him, and it is going to try and bite him. Let's roll for some snakes, shall we? One bite. A 16. I think probably you all see him as he starts to like climb down, and then this snake appears around the corner and just bites his ankle. Gonna deal.
That's not good.
1 piercing and 2 poison damage. You can make a saving throw against the poison damage and take half. Well, here we go. Con save for your boy. 16. So he's gonna take 2 damage. Little shit. You see him kick the thing off of his leg. Sooner. There's one near you that comes rushing up towards you as well. From around the little mesa towards your right, this snake glides quickly across the sand and opens its jaws in an attempt to bite you. A 7 against your AC.
No.
I'm assuming is a miss. There is one snake underneath this dwarf, which is just freaking out, I think, and just going round and round in circles. The other snakes will come over towards you guys. I think this one's going to rush up towards between where you guys are, but it doesn't have the ability to attack you. This one, Suna, sorry, you are in snake range.
Yep.
Is going to attempt to bite you on a
I had to be.
21.
Oh yeah, that'll bite me.
Yeah, this one comes flying at you. It jumps up at you and latches onto your arm. You see it at the last second as you're kind of avoiding the first snake, and then this little, and they're very small. They're really small little guys filled with poison, jumps up, and you feel the little fangs bite into your arm. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Isn't that 5 snakes?
What, 5 snakes?
There's one next to the guy, 3 next to
11.
Luna, and 1 under the dwarf.
There is... Yeah.
5. Okay.
The one under the dwarf is still kind of like looking up at the dwarf.
So it doesn't really count because it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. He uses his turn to try and bite the dwarf, but can't. Essentially, it's an idiot. It's a snake. What a dumbo. The others kind of rush towards you. You guys. 11 is a make, so you successfully beat the DC 10. DC, by the way, just is the number you have to beat if you ever see that anywhere. You have to beat a 10 on your Constitution saving throw. Sooner, you rolled an 11. So you make it, which means you only take half the poison damage.
Yeah, because I was dodging that first snake because I saw it and I went, I don't think so. And I dodged it, and then this one came up and bit me in the arm. And I kind of wave my hand and get it off once it's done biting me. I think I know what I'm going to name you. I'm going to name you Toby after my neighbor. Little shit.
All right. So now you have a pet snake called Toby who wants to kill you. Bo, brings us to you. Your turn.
All right. So in the distance, I can see that aura could use a healing touch. So I shot my healing word, bada boom, in her direction, and like a graceful gust of wind, it impacts her swiftly.
Nice, yeah.
Okay.
Roll me the healing word.
Okay. Hiya. There we go.
I'm sorry, was that for me?
No, it's for Aura.
Okay.
Bora, you'll be
I
next!
wasn't paying attention.
Bo hits you for 6 healing. So you, you feel that magic again hit you from Bo. That whatever wounds you have left over from the spider, begin to close up a little bit as this magic from just Bo shouting at you.
Thank you, Bo. As like the wind blows my hair all around. Like
Yeah.
I got you!
It always makes each of you look amazing. Like each of you goes into like one of those anime moments where like the
Like
wind blows
makeover.
you.
Exactly!
You always have to like
Your skin
push
is
your
dewy.
skirt down or whatever. For some reason, Bo's like really like he like lifts his sunglasses up to like look at you guys, and it's crazy how that always happens.
Twinkle in his eye every time.
Yeah, it's strange
Like
how
a
it always
cat.
seems to. The wind always like hits you and then blows upwards for some reason, like it's like lifting your clothes off. It's really weird.
Wow, Bo, you pervert.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that.
I'm sure that's not what I'm sure that's not what he's doing.
Oops!
All right, it does heal you though, and Bo, you can still do, you can take a full action, or movement still. Healing word's a bonus action.
Can I summon my little hand?
You want to what?
Summon my little hand!
Oh, summon the mage hand? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do with the mage hand?
Can I pick up one of the snakes with my tiny hand? How much do they weigh?
Oh, they don't weigh a lot. I think you definitely can try. Yeah.
Oh, yes! Okay, all right. I'll get one of those snakes off of Suna.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
No
Yeah.
problem.
A mage hand comes in. It's just a spectral-looking hand, and then you just see one of the snakes like fly away. Where are you taking the snake? What do you do with it? You just flying
Yeah,
it away?
throw it away. Well, as far as I can possibly can.
All right,
Bad
give me
snake.
Right, serves you right, Toby.
give me an
Bad dog.
athletics check to just see how far you throw the snake.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I'm not very Oh, okay. All right. I'll give it my best shot. Here we go. I muster my strength and
18. Yeah, you throw this thing as far as you want to throw it. One of the snakes just is launched miles away. Ping! Snake is gone. Yeah, this guy is like launched over here.
busting up
And-
again.
He's dead. He's just like, it does the thing where you just throw it into the sky and then it just becomes a little shining twinkle as the thing is removed from play. And you can still move if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll move a little. I'll just like that.
Okay. Ellie brings us to you.
I'm gonna attack. 16.
Yeah, which one are you trying to hit?
Toby. Trying to hit Toby.
All right, I'm just gonna give him a name.
Please call him Toby.
Yeah, he's got a name. I'm
Yes.
just gonna give him a name on the screen there. There you
Fuck
go.
off, Toby.
He's that one. Is that one in atop Suna? Give me the damage. Yeah, you obliterate him. He explodes. Toby is just reduced to just blood. Just blood. All of his bones are launched out of his body, and
That's for the spores you planted in my cottage.
oh yes, Toby is destroyed.
Wowza.
Anything else on your turn?
I actually moved slightly away, just ever so slightly. Oh, where am I? Just like back a little bit.
All right.
Just
Yeah.
back. Like, oh, there's snakes. I don't.
No, snakes are no fun.
I want to be the one that poisons.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That brings us to Aura then. What do you want to do on your turn?
Since there's this little guy at my feet now,
Oh yeah, he's about to jump at you.
yeah, I'm gonna take my I'm gonna quickly put my longbow away, take my greatsword out, and just lift it up and drive it down into the snake.
Okay. Yeah. Give me the attack roll. That's a hit. You have
My
to
roll
deal 2
damage?
damage to kill these, by the way. So yeah, roll damage.
9.
9. How would you like to kill this snake?
I literally just I unsheath my sword, I lift it up over my head, I drive it down into the snake's body, and then drag it up the sand to cut it in half.
Yeah. I think it's probably at this point that we jump forward in time. Just a little. To the point where what we see now is just a few of our characters sitting around a small, low burning fire, and everyone has on the end of a stick a snake. A nicely cooked
I have
snake.
Toby.
You have a snake with a little name tag on him that says Toby. Ellie's drawing the poison out of it into a vial from its teeth. You know, they do that thing where they grab it
Yeah.
and they push it on the edge of a vial. And
I think I have to be alive for that. Maybe not.
it's magic. Magic
Okay.
snakes. D&D snakes. Do whatever.
Fair enough.
The 2 people sat in front of you guys. The human, now that you can see him a little better, the human sandwalker.
This is why we came to Dust Vale, and you're welcome.
Snakes. The human sandwalker, and then this dwarf. They've introduced themselves to you as Marwood is the name of the sandwalker. He just introduces himself as Marwood. He does have the typical sandwalker garb on, but his is a like it's old looking and super like destroyed. Like anything in Dust Vale that's being hit endlessly by sand eventually kind of just wears down. It's very thin looking fabric. It's also covered in these sort of gems, and they're woven into parts of the fabric and hanging off of tassels on the ends of his sleeves and certain parts of the wraps. And you can see these strange pulses of arcane energy that run across the fabric every now and then, moving from gem to gem, as if this is enchanted in some way. He's got lots of little knotted and tied pouches that are attached mostly from his waist, but there are some in varying areas. And he's also got a small pack that's attached to him, a single strap around his back. And he's carrying this ornate kind of looking sword that splits into these serrated and pointed edges. Pretty much all you can see of his face are just a set of very cold looking, hard blue eyes. And he very quickly summons up a fire and starts cooking these snakes as if it's just natural to him, like he's just done this every day. As soon as he sees these snakes and you've killed all of them, he just starts picking them up, wandering around. Suna probably brought down the dwarf, and he introduces himself as Gruntle Foothold, who is a dwarven archaeologist. Not a fighter at all. His clothing, he doesn't even have like armor on underneath his clothing like pretty much everyone does nowadays, wandering around in Dust Vale. He looks kind of old, but for a dwarf, he might not be too old. He's still got like full color in his beard, but you can see that he's got some lines appearing under his eyes, and he looks like he's probably not from Dust Vale. His skin is quite pale, like he maybe spends a lot of time underground. And he introduced himself as an archaeologist. The two of them set up this campfire and then sit down with you. Marwood kind of just looking at all of you, because to him, you guys look crazy. You just look like you've come from 4 different points of the world and did not arrive prepared to go wandering around in Dust Vale. And I think you get that vibe off of him very quickly while he's setting things together. And when you guys sit down, he looks at you one by one, maybe settling on you, Suna, and says, "What are you doing here?"
We are on a quest. We are searching for a gate, right? That's what we would call it. Do we know that?
Yeah, you do. You
Okay.
know exactly what it is. You're looking for the Gate of Time.
Okay. We're searching for the Gate of Time.
The Gate of Time. His eyes open up wide. How do you know this?
How do I know we're looking for it?
How do you know it exists?
Well, because we have to save the world. That's what we're doing. We have to go to the Gate of Time, and it's part of our journey to save the world.
And how long have you been in desert?
About a day, couple hours. I can't recall.
He-
We've been here about a day, half a day.
He takes one of several water skins off of his side and offers it to you. Drink all
Oh.
of this.
Oh, thank you. Maybe not for me first, though. I've been here before. Aura, would you like Ellie? Bo?
Take some.
Thank you. That's very, very generous of you. Marwood, was it?
I am Marwood, yes.
It's very, very nice to see you.
Why are you traveling out here? You are very far from town. How did you get here?
Magic.
Who was the navigator again? I mean, that's how we ended up here. So,
He
What,
looks
me?
over you.
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been here, though, so I believe we may have gotten turned around.
You come here via magic,
Mm,
as in magic carpet or teleportation?
I actually don't know.
And you are here to save world.
Yes.
He looks over the rest of you three as if to try and confirm this story.
I just nod my head while drinking from the water skin.
I mean, look at us. It doesn't take a scholar to see we wouldn't survive very long out here.
I'm like intensely staring at the Sandwalker and like his robe and whatnot, just like intensely like studying it and without care.
Yeah, I think he settles on you, Bo, and says, "You are a city dweller, no?"
And ridiculously handsome? Yes. And I couldn't help but observe that you've been asking all the questions. I think it's our turn to ask some questions. What are you doing with a naked gnome?
This
What was
is
that all about? Huh?
this is not a gnome.
That's a dwarf.
And the dwarf like immediately, like, he's just sitting there. He
He's so
looks
pissed.
freaked out. Like he looks so out of his element. It's unreal. He doesn't know what the hell's going on, but he's relatively quiet and sitting there eating his snake. And I'm no gnome. What are you, old man?
Well, I'm an old man. That's exactly what I am.
Hey, you smell like an elf.
Well, did that
Well,
too.
there's no need to be rude and smelling people.
Ah,
What's wrong
no
with
shit.
you?
You too,
You
huh?
have any manners?
I like look at Bobo. I'm like, you? Really? I didn't. I didn't picture you. You know what? We'll get to that later.
He kind of grunts.
No.
The Sandwalker continues and says, "You may ask questions if you would like. Where are you going? This gate of time is...
Do you know where it
fable.
is?
Is story. It does not exist.
I
Somebody has...
assure you it exists. Where in this story does it exist?
Give me a persuasion check.
Dear God. 24.
What is with your rolls today?
I'm a charming old woman.
Yeah, you guys are doing well. He he puts his snake stick down. That's the thing. Snake stick. And
I will mirror him.
he cocks his head and fixes you with a stare for a moment and says, "It is impossible for you to know this story unless you are from the big city."
Which big city?
It's okay. You can tell me. Who do you work for?
I don't work for anyone.
Which one?
Which one what?
Which is it? God King? Inquisition?
What? No, none of
What
those
are
things.
you really doing?
Marwood, I'm telling you, we're if we're working for anyone, we're working for all of civilization as you know it. Any mortals anywhere. I'm telling you, we're trying to save the world. I'm not making this up.
Right. So you just magic yourselves here and are going to Gate of Time.
Yes.
I'm like nomming on stuff. I'm like, it wasn't willingly, man.
Yeah,
didn't
we were
will
just
this.
well, I mean, weren't
I mean,
really.
I know. It kind of was forced upon us. So I was like, look at me. Do I look like someone that wants to be here in the desert doing this?
I don't know what you look like. You look like person I hired to kill someone.
Ah. And I go back to eating.
He settles on you, Aura, for a moment and says, "You are good with this sword."
Yeah. Thank you.
You are their navigator.
Well, we picked coming here because of Suna.
And why you dress like this, like you're going to forest?
That's where I'm from.
Yes, but it's not going to help you here.
I know, but I don't really have any other options at the moment.
You are going to
she-
get these people killed.
Why?
This is old man. In fur coat.
I'm insulted.
But why would I get them killed?
You have, what? One water skin each? No food?
Some of us have rations.
How long do you expect to last in this desert?
I look over at Suna.
As long as we have to. I don't really think about it like that.
Hmm.
You know, usually when you're on a quest this important, you know, things find a way, like we found you. Perhaps you could point us in the direction to the nearest town where we could get some supplies so that we are more prepared.
There is only one town here.
Go on. Cat got your tongue.
You did not come from there. You appeared here, now, today, in the
Yes.
middle of this.
Yes, pretty much. A little ways this way. We've been walking a bit, but you've got it. That's about right. Yes.
Well, you just go this way. A few hours. Is New Doon.
Oh! Oh, they rebuilt it. That would explain. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Shithole.
Why is it a shithole?
There
not
is
very
nothing
nice.
there.
Well, is there a train at least?
You can get train. It does not go there much. I don't think I got train to Doon in year. 2 years.
Well, it's a starting point at least, and then we can maybe find somebody who knows this story of where this gate of time is, and hopefully we still get there before.
Why do you call it that, Gate of Time?
Because that's what they called it. That's what the gods called it.
He blinks a few times. He looks at the dwarf. The dwarf looks at him. The dwarf is shaking his head a little, and he says, I did work once. I take man to dread task. He keep calling it Gate of Time, Gate of Time. What does it mean?
Oh, really? Would you mind telling me a little bit about this adventure that you had?
He was like him. You go there for the history.
And
Want to look
how
at the
long ago
wars.
was this?
It would be years. 10?
Interesting.
It's only
that's where
time
we're
I
trying
hear
to
it
go now.
called this. And then he revealed to me he is working for God King.
Oh, well, we're not working for whoever that is.
Whoever that is. You really are not from here, huh?
Well, I mean, technically I am from here, but I've been gone for a very long time, so... And my memory's shot.
You look like you're from here.
Oh, I am. Thanks for noticing.
Where are you from?
I travel with the Seiyue people.
I hear of these people. They travel around like we do.
Yes.
You sell things?
Yes.
What do you sell?
Lots of things.
Show
we
me.
happen to have... What?
Show me something you sell.
Well, I mean, I haven't been traveling with them, but we do happen to have Ellie. Would you mind?
I'm like still looking down at my food, slowly eating it, and I grab the vial and I toss it to the man.
It's the vial of
Yeah.
poison.
It's not the,
Fucking drugs, yeah.
Or the
yeah,
vial
it's
of
the
the
vial of drugs,
milky-
not the vial of
drugs,
the
yeah.
milky
poison.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's all we have right now, but I was hoping to wait to, get to town, because they'll pay a lot more for it,
He's like looking it over. What is this?
What do you mean? It's from... What is it called again, Brad? I forget. What's the actual phrase for it?
Chazzy.
Chazzy. It's Chazzy.
This is not jazzy.
Whoa. What is it then? It came out of a cactus. It was brown. It had maybe three parts to the cactus. I'd start to try to describe what it looked like to him.
Yes, you get this from wrong cactus. Jazzy from
Oh.
little cactus is powder.
Oh, and what is that?
Little moving cactus. It run around, hard to catch. You catch it, you kill it, it turn into a dead cactus, and then you get all its insides out, and then you sell that to back alley dealer. It's Jazzy. This is nothing. You
Oh,
can drink this and die.
so it's kind of like poison.
Oh, well then give that back.
Well,
Well,
you
good
have
thing
to-
you didn't try it out, right, Aura?
Throws it
That
over
would
to
have
you
been
and
a
says,
nightmare.
You drink that amount, you will just be sick. You drink
No,
enough
I'm not,
of it,
I'm
you
not
will
gonna
die.
drink that, but someone might drink that in the future, so.
We'll keep that. But yeah, I haven't been back home to Dust Vale in 10 years, so I don't have anything else to sell you.
Right. Okay. So, you are just going to this gate for why? What
To
do you do
save
when
the
you're
world.
there?
Please,
Yeah,
this is tiresome.
what is there? For you?
I
Well,
don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Is nothing. Is nothing there.
Then why don't you take us there?
I can take you there if you have the coin.
How much coin?
Sits back, looks over each of you. You
Really think hard.
You
How
are,
much coin would it cost to save the world? I want to know.
Ellie and Bo are in like nice city slicks assassin's syndicate robe, and Bo's in Bo looks awesome, right? What is he? He's in like a flashy city wear. The Sandwalker's eyes settle on both of them for a moment and then glances back over to Aura, who's in kind of, I think, typical kind of ranger wear, right? Just kind of forest hiking
Yeah.
stuff.
Like a long green robe, pants, boots.
But not particularly fancy, right? You're not from a fancy
No,
part
it's like
of
small
town.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, like small town clothes.
He says, I take you there for 10 gold.
10 gold to save the world. Do we have that?
That I do. 10 gold it is.
Hold on.
Are you sure that we should pay? I mean, really, dude? You
I'm
asked
curious.
us.
Saving the world. You would charge 10 gold for that?
You say you're saving world.
I'm trying to intimidate him.
You're trying to intimidate Marwood.
Maybe not intimidate, but persuade. Charm, maybe, I guess, is probably better.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
14.
He says, yes, 10 gold to save world.
Maybe we don't need you though.
Well, maybe we could do a little trade here, and I pull out some like fine clothes that I have that I don't wear very often, but they're really nice and they're from the city and all that. And I'm like, how much would it cost to get your attire? And I like lay it out in front of him, and it's a lot of like, I would say satins and purples, because that's my favorite color. So
He looks down at his robes and then looks at your finery and says, I will not give you my clothing in exchange for this child's clothes.
no, those fit an adult. That's not for children. Get you into a lot of parties in the city.
This is special clothing to
Oh, yeah,
help
what's
with
it do?
it
How
help
does-
with the heat.
Oh, so where can we get something like that?
You can go to Sin River, is where I went.
Okay.
There is merchant that sell all sorts of things. You can get things for your wrist, things to put on your head. You can get clothing. You can get literally anything than what you are wearing now.
And how far away is this?
Is 3 towns this way. You go
Okay.
perhaps 2 weeks west.
Okay.
I don't think that's where we should be going, though.
You
Well,
can
it might be good to stop there on the way out or something, you know?
Well, it's in the opposite direction of New Doon, right?
you can go to Doon, wait maybe a year for a train,
No, that's definitely not gonna.
take train to Lost Stone, Demon Rock, then go to Sin River.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not gonna.
It take a little while.
Did you hear the part where she said this is kind of a race?
Yes,
Did you
you
get
say
that?
you are going to old abandoned temple.
Yeah,
save world.
and it's kind of like we gotta apparently beat something else, or the world's doomed. I mean, we gotta do all of this, and you're gonna charge us an arm and a leg, and not really help us get the proper attire to survive here.
Yes.
I mean, it feels a lot more fair if you're gonna charge us that you at least help us get some proper clothing.
Yes, if you save world, then I need money to live in world.
And
If
we
you don't
need
save world,
to
we all die.
survive to save
Fair
the
point.
world. I get what you're saying, and we're willing to pay, but if you can help us survive it as well, that'd be so good.
There is not much I can do, but I can take you to Doon. Perhaps they have people there that will purchase your child's clothes.
You just said it was a shithole.
Oh, it is a shithole, but there are people there.
Will they buy things?
Oh my god, these people,
No.
are they all like this? I look at Suna. Is everyone here like this?
The
No way.
Sandwalkers are like this a little bit, but
Gosh.
they are quite helpful. We
Oh, I-
always had a few traveling with us as well.
While they're talking, can I see if I can detect a portal?
Mm-hmm.
God, I want to kill this guy. And I walk away. I just walk slightly away.
Yeah, you want to attempt to locate one of these god portals?
Yeah, just because I remembered that I have the ability to do this, but I don't want to say it to anybody because I don't know quite how it works yet.
Yeah.
So I'm
What
gonna
do
see if-
you do to attempt to activate this new power of yours?
Well, they're all talking, and I'm taking advantage of the fact that they're distracted at the moment. So I'll take a couple steps back, and I'll close my eyes and try to sense the energy that might be the god portal. Like I look around and I'm looking for light particles.
Yeah. And I think you do this while you see everyone else kind of speaking. You can hear this conversation. Ellie kind of huffs. The Sandwalker's eyes twinkle a moment as she kind of, I want to kill this guy, and walks away. And he's like, "Ugh, you child's clods. Hey, where are you? And just this kind of fades away as you start to feel this odd sensation build around you, and maybe time kind of distorts a little bit as they kind of slow around you, and you start to focus in on this brand new feeling, this new sensation as you attempt to locate one of these god portals. And that's where we're going to go to a break.
Yay!
When we
A
return.
Sandwalker! We met a Sandwalker. I'm so happy.
You did indeed. Yeah, we're gonna go to a little break here, a couple minutes. Stretch your legs. Go get yourselves, I don't know, cigarettes, whatever it is you do on your time. Get yourselves some food. Get
Keep
yourselves,
hydrated.
get yourselves a
Yes.
nice glass of water.
Hydrate.
And we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for watching. Remember to go and follow all of these wonderful people so you can find out where they are. Half of the cast won't be here next week, so make sure you follow everyone to find out which ones won't be here. And we'll see you in a few minutes to find out what it is exactly the aura sees. See you in a few. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of the beginning of the end of the first initiation.
What?
Of Dying Order. I don't know what's wrong with me.
This
I
is
don't know,
just
sometimes
a joke enough that you could be making it up, or you could have accidentally dropped some serious lore and everybody thinks you're just making it up.
Yeah, no, that was just me saying words. Let's return to the
He lied.
sands of Dust Vale. Aura, you activate this ability of yours to sense where god portals are. You said that you're kind of looking for clusters of light.
Well, I imagine it's black, and then when I look up, I'm searching around looking for like little waves of clusters of like what might be like fireflies, just grouped together.
Yeah, I think when you do this, you get a general sensation. You would never get like a specific. You're not going to get like an MMO waypoint marker and how far you've got to run or whatever. But you get like a pretty good sensation of where you need to go and kind of how far away it feels like it is. But you get two kind of odd sensations. The first one is very nearby. You get the idea that this is the place you came into Dust Vale from, that first place that you appeared from. Maybe you get this sensation of like these sort of purplish looking, lilac looking fireflies that move in like a spherical pattern in the direction to the east of where you are, where you came from. I think you immediately go, okay, this one feels like it's close. That is almost definitely where we came from. You also get a second sensation even further to the east. And I think it maybe would visualize as something like a more golden set of lights. And it feels like it's very far away towards the east, but not so far that it's miles off. You also probably get sensations from like all over. You can sense, maybe not see, but feel that there are lots of these openings, these god portals, and also this second feeling. I'm going to bring you guys over to a map of where you actually are, because you now have access to this. And you guys are on the very, very edge of this hex here, where the purple indicator is where the god portal is that you came in on.
Okay.
Over on Dread Tusk, I'll light it up. There is a little golden aura around that hex. You get a separate sensation. Not that it's necessarily a god portal, but maybe this is where you need to go. This is your GPS locator for your destination. And I think you get this idea. You get the idea of how far the distance is. Each of these hexes is about a day. It's around 5 days to a week travel in that direction. I tend to not bother bogging us down with like exactly how many miles or kilometers away it is, because we'll be here forever doing maths and working out how fast you can travel and things, and I kind of just do stuff in days because it's easier. There you go. That's where you are. You get that idea, and then it begins to fade away as this ability ends. And until you take another short rest, you get no direct sensations of where you need to move next. And maybe you come back to the conversation as you hear like the dwarf saying like, "Are these guys off their minds or what? What you been drinking? Was that the heat stroke? You look like you got heat stroke, lass." And he probably sees you kind of like as your eyes focus again, and he's like, this dwarf is staring at you like, "Are you okay? Can we get her some water? She looks like she's about to pass out. What happened to you? Is that dried blood?" And he starts like poking at where you were injured. "Oh, that looks nasty."
Yeah, we found a spider.
A spider?
Oh yeah.
Marwood
There's
immediately
a sand
straightens
maybe
up.
a couple hours
A
that
spider.
way.
Big or small?
Big, very big.
How big? Very big.
Very
Big like house.
Big enough to
like
put a
train
hole
big.
in your stomach?
Ginormous.
It was big.
Yeah, where was spider?
What?
Where?
A what?
Where is spider? You kill it?
I was a couple of hours that way.
You not kill it. Maybe she kill it. Points at Ellie.
No, I ran, man.
You
You're gonna
run
be
from
crazy.
spider. That's good idea.
Yeah.
It's too big. You'll never kill
I
it.
mean, after it stabbed two of these guys, there's no way we're gonna stick around for that. You gotta be insane.
It got you two, but you are still alive.
I almost died.
I point to Bobo. Magic.
Old man knows a few tricks, huh?
Yep. It's all in that beard.
And I do. Got lots of secrets hidden in this beard.
Mm.
Beard.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have like paper rolled up in there or something?
Then it wouldn't be a secret no more if I told you.
I like it. I like you, Bo. Should
Okay.
have to think about
Well-
hiding secrets in my hair, maybe.
Do you guys want any water? I leave you with water skins, or you give me 10 gold and I take you,
We'll
I
just
think-
take the water.
What? You don't want to give him the gold? I think he'd be helpful.
I think we could find it on our own.
Out of character. Do I have 20 gold? Is that what that is?
We'll double check your sheet. On the sheets, you guys start with a certain amount of gold. And for you, so next to your inventory where all your stuff is listed, there are like little sections. Why can't I open this?
I just
Yes,
don't know
that's what that is. Yeah, so it says in really tiny little text next to these little like shapes. There's like a copper one, a silver one. I guess that's blue. And then the gold ones. That's how much money you have. Yeah. So yeah, you have 20 in there.
Okay. Well, if we all pitch in, I mean, it should be pretty easy to pay this guy what he wants.
I
Not that bad.
really think it would be a good
I have it
idea,
figured
Aura.
out. And I grab Ellie's arm and
I
give it a
just-
small squeeze.
It's really nice to have this guy with us in case, a spider comes back.
All
Yeah.
right.
What about?
I mean, you can still navigate us and he can say you're right or wrong, but it'd be really nice to have these guys. That guy's what did he say he was, an archaeologist?
yeah, what
okay.
are you doing, Mr. Foothold? Where are you even going?
Well, I'm where I was supposed to be going, but I'm not sticking around no longer. No. I was looking for some ancient town that was supposed to be here. Ain't nothing here though. Nothing here.
Can I do a perception check or an investigation check over and look at them? Give them a once over.
What are
See
you
if I.
just seeing if they're telling the truth or if they're
Oh, I'd like to do the
Yeah.
same, actually.
trustworthy?
Yeah.
that would be
to
an
see if they're
insight check.
trustworthy.
An
Okay.
insight check is kind of just trying to read people, get a read on people, see if they're lying and that kind of thing.
Do we still have disadvantage?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Okay, 17.
okay. So
Nice.
you want me to roll it with disadvantage now?
Yeah, to roll with
You
if
can
you
just
roll
roll
it
one
once, you
more
just roll
time.
it again flat, and
Yeah.
it'll.
It's just you just take the lower of the two rolls.
Okay.
Just means you roll twice.
That's a natural one from Suna.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
I trust sandwalkers.
a 5
That's
from
it.
Aura, a 17 from Ellie, and Bo. Roll me it twice. Take the lower one. You're still fatigued from the heat stroke, so you have disadvantage on these skill checks specifically. 10. I think Bo, Aura, and Ellie, you get the sense that these guys are a little odd. Maybe each of them alone is used to being a loner, and they just don't seem to have like amazing social skills necessarily. Marwood just seems like a gruff old type. He makes his money doing this. This is what he does. So it does seem that they're being relatively truthful. They seem very wary of you. Like you don't make any sense to them, and they just seem to be more confused by everything you're saying. The only time Marwood showed any sort of level of real interest or maybe even belief about what was going on with you guys was when you mentioned the gate of time. That kind of confused him and threw him for a moment. But they generally seem to be kind of telling the truth. It does seem like they are what they say they are. They don't really seem to be hiding anything necessarily. So Una, you think they're lying and they're full of shit.
Oh, okay.
These could be bandits that are
Okay.
just playing you.
He doesn't look much like a bandit, the dwarf.
Yeah,
I
but he's
imagine they're
lying
probably up to
about
some.
something.
He was probably going to archaeology to steal shit. He's probably a grave robber or something.
Yeah. But I think that's the sensation you get. The rest of you
Okay.
generally, they seem to be telling the truth, and that they just seem to be more like afraid of you or wary of you than anything. Marwood is like packing up his stuff though. He looks like he's like getting ready to leave. He says, "We are going to New Doon. Perhaps we can travel together and you can decide whether you want me to take you to Dread Tusk or not. If you run into those spiders again though, you might not be so lucky, huh? I don't run into spiders."
See?
See?
Sounds like a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Honey,
Oh, well. Listen, when I point to the blood on your shirt, I was like, I'd rather just save lives. So, and I pitch in 5 out of the 10 of my coins.
Well, that's impressive.
You giving it to him?
I give it if he's gonna navigate us. I'll say I'll give you 5 now, and if you get us to the place we really want to go, I'll give you the rest. Maybe we all can pitch in a little bit.
Okay, easy. No problem. He takes the 5 and he finds one of his pouches and they disappear in there. He checks his sword. He looks this revolver over once or twice and says, "Do any of you use these things?"
No, I haven't seen one of those in a very long time.
Yes, he's not great. He's strange.
So why are you using that doodah?
Yeah, I got it from man. I broke my bow. I figure I get this thing, I use it. Everyone say, oh, they are good, they do so much damage, yeah? But you aim down sight and it shoot too hard. You kick back, you cannot decide whether bullet going left, going right. At least
Maybe
with
it's
arrow
off
you
kilter.
can catch wind, you can figure it out. You know? He hands you the revolver.
Me?
To Suna.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
Well-
know how to make it kilter.
I don't know. Well, if it's anything like my neighbor Toby, a good smack on the noggin will make it kilter. Let me look. Can I inspect this thing?
Yeah, do you know anything about guns at all? Are you proficient with Guns?
I am not.
revolvers or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Alright, give me an investigation check with disadvantage then.
Okay. 5.
This thing doesn't make any sense to you. It looks like a traditional looking spaghetti western revolver. Old thing, these old
Yeah.
worn wooden grips. In places there's rust on this thing. It looks super old and knackered. There's sand in the chambers and it's all bent out of shape in places. The trigger is kind of loose a little, kind of shakes around. It looks like it's about to fall apart. That being said, you have no idea how to fix it or how
Yeah.
it works or what could be causing it to shoot weirdly and wrong.
Yeah, this is strange. This looks like some very advanced science things. I mean, if we were my home, where I'm from.
Allows me, while she's talking, I want to snatch the gun from her hands and try to inspect it myself.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to grab it like that. I just hand it to you. But
Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
you
going
should
to
be
friend Zorro.
careful when you are snatching that. It shoot things out of it. You understand? It's very dangerous.
that's how we found you, actually.
yeah, we could hear the sound.
Yes, well,
Pretty-
don't pull that little button on it. You pull that little button and it will shoot. Are you proficient with guns?
No, I did 11 with disadvantage.
11. You get the same feedback here. You maybe know a little more about guns. You maybe know some people that use guns to kill people. I don't think a lot of assassins probably use them. They're loud and crazy. This thing's just old. This thing is just old and crap. And whoever sold him this either swindled him or it's just old. It's really
I
old.
flip it
and
around in my
shit.
hands and I hand it back to him. I'm like, dude, you got ripped off. You should get your money back.
This cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, you should get it back.
Why? What is wrong with it? What is wrong with
crap.
Kilter?
It's crap, man.
Nah,
I
it
mean,
is-
unless you like antiques. Do you like it? Do you have a museum to keep stuff in? Do you like antiques collecting?
everything
okay.
I have in bag.
That's better put on display and not used. So,
Well, maybe someone in Doon can fix it. There's
Hmm.
always hope, you know.
you should just get a new one. Start walking.
I think I buy a bow. He puts it away and then starts walking with you guys as well. And the dwarf starts kind of catching up. He's patting his head with a napkin. He's sweating and just completely not prepared for the heat either. As he's walking up, he steps up next to you, Bo, and he's looking you over because you look kind of crazy in the desert. And he says, "What are you doing while I slot then?"
What are you doing?
Is that your kid? That your ween?
Yeah?
That's your kid. How old are you then, Slice?
Wait, no.
You're like a family.
No, we ain't no family. We just met each other this morning.
Oh, right, I thought that was your wife.
Whoa. I mean, I wish. If I could be saddled with all these ladies, okay, but let's keep that between us. We ain't no family.
Alright, what's all this about saving the world then?
Yeah, some Mahi fella was like, "Yo, there's a race, and you've been chosen." And we ended up in this temple, dragged out of our normal daily lives, and here we are.
Yeah, sounds like you get swindled, man.
Swindled?
I look back.
Says the guy who's with the guy with the broken gun, and you're naked.
I look back and I'm like, yo, I was killing someone. I still got it off though. It's fine.
What's she saying that for?
What? I'm pretty sure I can hear Bo at least because he's
Almost
really
definitely,
loud.
he's always shouting.
He's always loud. So I can hear it and I say that, and then I turn back around and keep walking.
He kind of like he's following backward. He's following you from the back. The Sandwalker kind of heads up towards the front and starts to navigate away from the train tracks. He kind of points north of the train tracks in the kind of exact opposite direction you came from if you came from south of them and then followed them along. He heads north and says, there is less thick sand for things to hide in. If we go along this way, is more rocks. Rocks is not good either. There is holes in rocks. Little kobolds come up, they steal your thing, they run away. But rather big, meet a little tiny little kobold you snap neck, yeah? Than big spider that eat you. So we go this way, okay? He starts to point north. You guys are not out of the woods yet, though. He says, who has good eyes?
I do.
Yeah,
No.
I think us two probably. We have the best.
You stand over there, you walk along this way in formation. You stand over there, you walk along this way in formation. You see hole in ground, you don't step near it, yeah? You see big mound of dirt, of sand, like this come up. Like that is something hiding under there, okay? Whatever it is, not good, okay? Sometimes it's a thing that goes... Sometimes it's a thing with the thing on the back. It's called the scorpion, okay? And that sting you, and it fucking hurt, and you die. And then there are spiders that are big like house, and there are little spiders like this. Yeah, they crawl inside your eyes.
Oh.
Ignore
No,
big
thank
piles
you.
of sand that are like this big. That's the main, you look out for that, okay? Oh, and in the sky, you look out for big birds, okay? Long neck, like this, okay? Sometimes they wait for you to die, sometimes they make you die. Either way, they want to eat you. Okay?
I thought
They're
it
very
was
quiet.
watch out for bird poop.
You can look out for that as well.
Oh.
And if you hear like like that, that is underground railway.
What is that?
That is kobolds. They will come up. Lots of them. And they run around you. Like this with little sticks. And they want your stuff. You can usually make them go away by give them shiny things. They like egg. You give them egg. Do you have egg?
Like a bird egg?
Yeah. Well, you don't want them to take you with you. They take you underground. And then I don't know what happened. I never go underground with them. Okay? You got that?
Yes, the nature here is beautiful.
And if you feel tired, the heat is making me see strange things, okay? You have heat stroke. And that makes you bad at doing stuff. And you don't want that. So you take rest.
Yeah, well, we're a bit late on that one.
Right. We are not going too far. Soon enough we are be in town. There will be water. You can get, what do you want? Whiskey? He looks at Ellie. You probably drink human blood. Whatever. We find it in Doon.
The whiskey here is really good.
Okay. And he starts walking. He looks like he's walking pretty casually, but every now and then you see that he will pause and kind of look up at the sky, and then he'll test something. Every now and then he'll poke something with his sword, or he'll suddenly start to move away and wave back at you guys to stop, or take you off course, or direct you in a certain way. But that doesn't mean you don't have to make any checks. You have something special now. Yes, you have something that I have created called a travel inspiration die. When there's different ways that you can get these. There's going to be several points in this campaign where you guys are going to be traveling across distances like this, because a lot of this is the race. You're going to probably end up doing this a few times, where you land somewhere random and have to figure out where you want to go and what's going on, gather some information, find the location that you're heading towards. So every time you guys gain a piece of information or use something to your advantage that would allow you to navigate the area better, or do something like bring a sandwalker with you, you can earn things like a travel inspiration die. When you have a sandwalker with you in Dust Vale, you can't get lost, basically. It's just impossible. Once again, like, you were following the train tracks, so this hasn't really affected you yet. PB was in a campaign of mine where getting them lost literally was the worst thing ever. But with a sandwalker, you can't get lost. So in terms of that, you're not going to get lost. Of course, he's expensive, kinda. But with a travel inspiration die, and I'll probably hack your sheets for next time so that this is on them, or one of you can maybe be in charge of it. I don't know. Whatever way you want to do it, we'll speak about it later on. You can basically use your travel inspiration die for advantage on any of your travel dice. These navigation dice that we were rolling before for navigation, scouting, foraging, even things like the heat stroke. You could use it to give yourself advantage on that. They're specifically for those rolls. These rolls that you get to make now. Aura and Ellie are scouts. Roll me perception checks. You have one travel inspiration die. You can use it at any point in Dust Vale. So you can save this for 3 weeks from now or whatever. But because you're heat stroked right now, you have disadvantage on this roll. And if you want to use the die and consume it, let me know. For now, I'll hold in my mind how many you have. But that's how they work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I rolled an 8 with disadvantage.
Cool. And then Aura, a 19, and then the sand.
We need disadvantage for perceptions.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because you've still got heat stroke.
Okay, I'll do.
So you're wandering around like feeling like shit, basically. Wow. That is another natural one. Okay. You actually both fail, which is hysterical. Can you both roll me d20s?
Please not a 1. I could go without a spider.
An 11 and a 5. Okay, 11 is that. And a 5 is this. Okay. Who got the 5? Aura, roll me another d20, please. A 3. Is my computer breaking? No, it isn't. There we go. Let's see what. You find something weird. While you're walking along. You find a metal canteen, Aura. You step on something. It's weird. Maybe makes you jump for a second, and then you realize it's just a very plain-looking metal canteen. Kind of old-looking.
I'm gonna pick it up and kind of look it over in my hands. Is there anything about it that is unique?
Give me an investigation check.
Do I have disadvantage on this one?
You do, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, sorry. I should be telling you and I'm not. 12. It looks just kind of normal. It looks relatively old, but it doesn't have any markings on it. It feels kind of warm to the touch. It was somewhat buried in the sand, but there's nothing on it. It's just an old, relatively weathered, beaten metal canteen.
Is it open? Like, can I see inside of it, or
It's not
I
open,
open it?
but you can twist the top.
is there anything inside of it?
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please. Now, dexterity saving throws is when something happens that you have to avoid quickly and physically by jumping out of the way or moving your head very sharply to the left as a
Can I
jet of
plus this in
steam is
chat?
released.
Son of a...
KPB thinks I hate her. 21, yeah. You open the thing and this like jet of steam launches out, boiling like water. It fizzles out, and you move your head very quickly to the side and move the thing away from you. Looking inside, empty. Completely empty now.
I'm gonna tuck it into my bag.
Yeah. You have
Take
a
it
metal
with me.
canteen. That's all you found.
Okay, sweet.
Pocket. Can
There's
you
no spider.
please roll me a d20 to find out if there's a spider? There might be. You roll a
No.
1, there's a spider.
Don't roll a one.
Oh!
Thank goodness. Wow.
You find something awesome. Where is it? This one? Nope.
I find a friendly spider.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
And can you roll me another d20, please? Lots of d20s.
12.
12. You find a mildly magical item. You find
Yay, mildly.
you maybe a little while after Aura finds this canteen, you tread on something metallic of your own. You maybe kick it and realize that there's something under there. Again, jumping back, expecting a spider to jump out at you. You see that there is a lantern on the ground, and it's quite nice looking. This isn't like some old metallic looking thing. It's quite nicely ornately built. It seems to have it is metal, but it does have these intricate designs that run down the sides of a glass enclosure. Very clean looking, and but there's nowhere to put oil in it to light it up, and it doesn't look like it holds anything, but it does have like what looks like a candle wick with no wax around it that sits in the center at the bottom of a very small lantern with a ring at the top to hook to something. And there's a little like nozzle, like a turning thing like you'd get on a stopwatch that you could turn for the gas, but there doesn't appear to be any gas chamber on it at all, or oil chamber or anything like that.
I pick it up.
Yep.
And it's not on right now, right?
No.
I attempt to turn it on.
Yeah, you turn it on and the flame
Oh.
lights up magically, green, a bright green.
Ooh, a green. Not my favorite color, but it'll do. And
You
I
have
turn it on.
a lantern that burns with a green flame when lit, and it's magic, so it's magically turns on and off. That will provide you with light. You guys won't need it. I think everyone has dark vision here.
Yeah, I do.
You're one of those cool groups with all dark vision types. If you do need a lantern for some reason, or you want to light something up, it will light up for 30 feet green though. Magic lantern. And amazingly, you don't encounter any monsters. Impressively. 19 and 20 is find magic object on that list, and the rest of it is
Wow.
monsters. Yeah, good job.
Magic
And
light.
you guys walk for several hours, and I think it starts to get real tiring real quick, especially those of you that are heat stroked. and you probably really start to get to the edge of what you feel like you can take. You'll be very tired at this point. The heat is extreme, and I think you've probably been walking for about 3-4 hours. The sun is still high in the sky, but you're approaching something like 6 or 7 p.m. But the world of Locrian is in the dead of summer, so this is just double awful. Before in the distance, you see a set of, like a clump of these mesas, these cylindrical looking natural formations. However, these ones are different. You can see that they have little additions to the side, little houses and things that have been built off of the side of several of these mesas, and there's a very small village that is sitting around this clump of mesas on a sort of hillside. It's not like a ridiculously tall hill, but you can see it from a distance sits up on like a sand dune or something like that. And as you sort of come into the site of it, the Sandwalker turns around and says, "There it is. Is nothing Doon. It's just
perfect.
a small little place, but is safe, as safe as they come, I guess, out here, middle of nowhere."
What are you saying?
I am saying this place is very dangerous, and even when you are in the middle of town, there is people that will try and cut your purse, you know, take coins from you, especially if you are rich. He points at Bo. I'm sure you've had
maybe
your
you should put
running.
that fur away.
You don't want to
Very-
run into pickpockets on street. Okay. Yes, we
I
will
ain't
be
taking
there
these up
soon.
for no one.
Okay. Then,
Oh, we'll have to fight him, then it's fine. I'm
yes.
down.
Well, these not too bad here, I guess. Is some people are living here for a long time, you know, families, but not many. There are some young children that run around, but mostly this place is just edge of world, you know, and it attracts the type of people that end up on edge of world, loners, people with nowhere else to go. Not necessarily like criminals, you know, scary types that knife you in the middle of night for fun. And he glances over at Ellie. But, you know, people with nowhere else to go. Is that kind of place. Okay, let's go then. As he looks at your faces, he turns around and carries on walking down to New Doon. You successfully made it to the next hex over, and yeah, you come to this very small looking place. I've got a kind of placeholder image here of something, what it might look like, this kind of a deal. This is kind of what you're looking at when you get to New Doon. It is a sort of cluster of I won't go so far as to say like natural stone houses, but they've used the natural stone to their advantage. I think I did something special with this map. Did I? I think I did. Yes, I did. I moved this so that you can see it on the screen as well, because I always get frustrated when I'm watching streams and it has like a word off the screen. Yeah, you guys, you approach this this place, and you can see that the sand and stones lead up this kind of natural dune. Once you approach, they have like a wall, but it really is not much of a wall. There is just crumbled, broken bits of it. Anything could walk in or climb over this like very small wall, but generally around the edge of the plateau that this village is on, there is a small wall that runs around New Doon. You can see that these wooden ladders and sandstone stairways kind of lead up and down these like cuboid and cylindrical looking natural sandstone red mesas at the center of town. And then there are these like windows where people seem to have carved out homes inside them. These like honeycomb windows that sit and stare out at you. But for the most part, as you approach, it looks pretty dead here. there's like a classic kind of Western tumbleweed that runs across the archway of the entrance as you walk up into this place. And you see people moving around. You probably see a group of children, and a very small group of children just run past before they all stop and stare and look at you, and then they all come running over and watch as these newcomers approach to town. And the sandwalker with you points to the largest of the maces.
That was really good.
I see the comment. He points to the largest of the maces and says, at the bottom of that is inn. You can probably find whatever you're looking for there. We can stay there for night.
Oh, I hope they have some whiskey.
Oh, they have whiskey in this place. There is man there. I can't remember name. He clean looking, has one of these twisty mustache type.
Oh. Are you not coming with us?
No, I come with you.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got confused for a second. I thought you were just telling me to look out. Anyway, it's fine. It's
You go there and he will get you what you are looking for.
wonderful.
Give me a aloe vera juice.
A what?
Aloe vera.
What is that?
It's the juice of an aloe vera plant. I just like the way it tastes.
Do you see a lot of plants around here, Aura?
He said he could get me anything.
Yeah, I think you will have to ask. There
Okay.
is water up there. And he points up to the top of the central pillar. There is like a particularly large mesa, one of these pillars that sits at the center of the town at the top of the hill. And you can see that it has like a stairway that's carved into and outside of the thing, but kind of around it as it leads upwards. And it leads to a very small white stone domed temple on the top. Nothing like what you saw in your vision / memory, but also something like that. It's like a very poor imitation of that sort of temple sitting right at the very top, and he points up to that and says, up there is clerics for water, you know? Is the only way to get water is to go see them. They give you it for free. You understand? Whiskey, it costs you money. Water, you go see Straven, his name. Big bastard. Brick shit house.
Draven. Okay, I'll remember that.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
and he walks
where's-
he walks away from you, just walks
Yeah.
into the town, leaving you
Well-
guys at the gates here kind of the place. And there's like
Ladies and
7
gent-
kids just staring at you.
Where would you like to go first?
I'll notice that do I notice the kids staring at us?
They're all staring at you, like a couple of them smiling, a couple of them scared.
Yeah.
One of
Away
them's just
from these kids!
straight up pointing at Bo.
Yeah. What are you pointing at?
You?
Why?
Because you're like... What are you?
I'm ridiculously good looking. That's what I am.
Nah, you ain't.
What? Oh, come here! Oh, I'll teach
It's
you
a
some
lion!
manners.
He's a lion man! And he
I'm
runs,
gonna
they run,
teach you
like, they just run away.
That's what I thought.
You chasing him?
No,
Alright.
I will stand my guard here. Gotta protect my gals.
The kids just run away from you. And then you see them do that like Scooby-Doo thing around a corner with all their heads as they're like watching you still. Like they're all saying like, oh my god, it's a lion, look at it. Is it a lion? Yeah, I think so. They have never
This
seen
kid-
clothes as insane as yours.
Well,
We have kids, Bo.
Don't be deceived by their cute looks. They could be pickpockets. It's
True,
happened
they
to
could
me
be.
once, twice, 3 times.
well, do
Maybe
you
even
have
more.
kids, Bo?
Nope.
I have 3 myself.
Oh,
They're all grown up now, but it's not kids anymore. But
You know, you make a good dad, Bo.
no, single life for me.
Yeah, that's what they all say. And I look around. Is there like a shop anywhere nearby that we see?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception with disadvantage. What?
Wow. That is, you just went blind. You are permanently blind on the double ones there.
Focusing on both.
You yeah, you
You
see
a good dad, Bo.
You see
I'm
nothing.
too distracted now. I'm just too busy laughing at this whole encounter.
I feel like you probably maybe have never really been out of the big city too much. Like you've been, or Alexandria is still like compared to Alexandria, this place is like this doesn't even look like somewhere that anyone can live. You know, they've literally carved holes in rocks, shoved a door on the front like it's Minecraft, and been like, "That's my home," and they just live there. You're used to this huge city, or even the towns that surround it are kind of a lot more well established. They've got that medieval kind of European look to them.
Yeah.
And you know, they've got like these crazy things in Alexandria now, which are like trains that fly. They've attached a ship to a thing, charged it with magic, and it flies around, and it's awesome. They have like all this technology and these crazy buildings and these structures that are really tall. And then there's this place, and I think you probably do see shops, but you don't even know that you're seeing them. You know, like it's just so alien to you. And also, you're probably laughing at Bo. Bo, give me a perception check. With disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Okay. Here you go.
Ooh, a natural 1. Roll me a d20.
No.
One of those kids is gonna come back and be totally jacked and beat the shit out of you.
16 gold is missing from your pocket. Remove, mark 16 gold off. There's like the sound of children running and laughing away from
not
you.
again.
And the children are nowhere to be seen. Suna, you can see that there are a couple of the main mesa here, the main kind of structure seems to be the center of town, kind of. There isn't like a marketplace, which is a little odd. Maybe there's one somewhere else, but usually you see stalls and stuff. There's a lot of open outside bazaars and stuff in Dust Vale, but here there just isn't even one, like as if they have no trade here, or they're just so done with children stealing stuff that they don't even have them. But you see that that it does appear to be some sort of like a maybe general store / home, because there's a doorway that's open that isn't closed, that has just a blank wooden sign that looks old and knackered, maybe had something painted on it at one time but doesn't, and it's at the bottom of that main structure on the front side, and on the side of it you can see the stairs leading up, that there is the inn that the Sandwalker has walked into, and that has like double saloon doors looking thing, classic Western style, and then above the doorway, carved into the rock, is the word inn. That's it. It doesn't seem to have a name or anything, it just says inn. Other than that, I think you probably don't see any other, like there's no stores or anything like that. It just seems to be houses or just run down nothing areas, an open doorway to a ruin of a structure kind of made out of sandstone or limestone or something like that.
When Bo says, "Oh no, not again," and grabs at his where is your pouch normally kept? Is it at your waist?
Usually at my waist.
Yeah, okay. Are you all right, Bo?
No!
What's wrong?
I've been robbed by those pesky kids! And I knew it beforehand!
Well, I mean, and he did sort of warn us that would happen. They're
Yeah.
pretty quick, yeah. But all's well. It's not the end of the world. We'll get more gold if we need it. We're on a quest. What happens.
I suppose.
They probably need it more than we do.
Listen, bro, we can always just kick their ass later when they're sleeping.
The children.
I like Ellie's idea.
What?
They need to be disciplined.
They're
Golden?
They're kids. This is how they make their living. This is how they eat.
A criminal's a criminal. So, I mean, we could always get it
Well,
back.
aren't you technically a criminal?
You know.
You kill people for money, right?
Sometimes.
So you break the law if people pay you enough. Well, I think that's sort of what just happened
You should
here.
see some of the people I've taken care of, though. Like the guy just before we got here, you know, got warped into this weird ass thing that's going on. Wasn't a good guy. I could tell you a little about him. He kind of sounds like Toby, though.
Well, I do like stories, although I do hate Toby, so I don't know if I can handle any more of that in the world. All right, well, we might have luck in here. Are you up for a walk? They probably have food,
Yeah, let's go to the
water.
Yeah.
Or are you all right?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yes, I would agree with Suna. Don't beat up children.
Thank you.
Who said we're gonna beat him up?
I did.
Yeah.
I got the impression that there might be some beating of children.
There will be no beating of children.
Okay, well then we'll just sneak in and steal your money back. Maybe later. Let's just go get some food and rest first, because, I mean, we're all kind of looking like shit right now, so.
That sounds good.
If they took it, they needed it.
And
they're
you guys are
kobolds.
heading to the inn or to the
Yeah.
the old shop? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys follow in the footsteps of the Sandwalker. The archaeologist also went into the inn, and you guys push through these saloon doors into what is kind of a saloon. Not quite the most impressive saloon you've probably ever been in, or tavern that you've ever been in, or anything like that, but it's something like what you might expect from an old Western movie kind of thing, but very run down. There's this doorway again that sits underneath these stairs, these huge stairs that lead up this central pillar. And you walk into this very low-roofed area. Anyone who's particularly tall, which I don't think any of you are, might struggle to fit into the under the doorway, and then the roof doesn't go back up again. It's quite a low roof, a very large, open, planned-ish interior. The place again is worn looking. The tables and stools don't match, and they're old and creaky looking. They look like they might break as soon as you sit on it. The room is punctuated by these like limestone pillars that seem to be holding the place up. Again, it's quite open and relatively large considering the town is quite small. And the floor is crisscrossed in endless rugs and mats, and just a thin layer of sand and dirt all over the place. There's a hearth here that sits unlit and pretty big across one side on your right as you walk through. Assuming you generally understand deserts, it gets cold at night, so they probably use it a decent amount. And you can see that there's another section in the back that leads further underneath this mesa that you're in. Like they've kind of carved it out like it's like RimWorld or something, and it looks like it tunnels further in somewhere. But for the most part, this looks like a kind of underground Wild West bar, somewhat. And on the left-hand side as you walk in, running along the further wall, is the actual bar. And behind it is the fellow that the Sandwalker was trying to describe, this sort of thin-looking human man with a handlebar mustache that mustachios at the ends a little bit. He's got like a cream tunic. He doesn't really look like he's got that classic like bow tie looking like cleaning a tankard with a greasy rag look about him, but looks kind of more just like a common guy, like just a standard looking medieval peasant, but with a very nice mustachio. And then there are a handful of patrons sitting around. Most of them actually are in that Sandwalker garb. There's like 2 or 3 other Sandwalkers in here with a couple of other people who might be from the town, including maybe sitting down in a back table. You see the Sandwalker that you came with and the dwarf. The barkeep probably just looks at you and waves as you come in.
I wave back.
He's kind of like surprised to see you, because you all look crazy. Basically, everyone that you pass And there's not many of them. Most of the people here are kind of like, again, it's like a ragtag group of people. Every time you see someone, they look like they're from some other part of the world. No one really, it's not like all humans or all tieflings or anything. It's just this complete mishmash of people. And generally everyone looks kind of worn. And
does anyone look like they have 22 caltropes stuck up?
No,
Sorry.
Megan from Ragtags is not here.
You said ragtags. I couldn't help myself.
There's no way he will ever be here. I wouldn't allow it. No, it's just a kind of random group of people. There's a bunch of different looking people from different places. But generally everyone has the same kind of look when they see you. Like, who the hell are these guys? Because you guys look mostly insane. Sooner you probably fit in somewhat. What do? You approaching the barman?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you run over to him and he says, "Oh, hello. Where are you from?"
Hello there. I completely blank and I don't say anything. I just stare at him. I'm sorry. What were you asking me?
Oh, you are all. So, was there a train? I did not hear train.
Oh no, there wasn't a train. We walked here. Can you believe that?
You walked from where?
I know. I don't know, actually.
You come on boat?
No, not by boat. You ask a lot of questions. We're mighty hungry and very tired.
Yes, we get you some food.
Yes, thank you. That'd be great. We'll just be at that table over there. I point to the dwarf and the sandwalker that we came with.
Okay. We have lizard.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, and do you have any whiskey?
We have lizard and whiskey and water.
I would love some whiskey and some water. But more whiskey than water. Yes, I'll have the water, but after the whiskey.
Okay. And then he turns to you, Aura. Where are you from?
I'm from the forest. Do you have any aloe vera juice?
Which forest?
A forest in Alexandria.
Oh, Alexandria.
Yes.
Which part? You know the queen?
I wish I could say I could. I grew up in a small farm. A very small town.
I hear it rains there.
It does. It rains a lot.
What is that like?
It's a lot better than here.
It sounds dangerous.
As he keeps talking, I'm just like, hey, we asked for food and the lady wants aloe vera, man. Come on.
Oh, you want what? What is that? Aloe vera?
I want the same. We all want the same thing. Just
Aloe
the
vera.
same thing.
I don't know what this is. Is it elven?
It's okay.
It's tiefling food.
No, it's a plant. It's fine. I will
You want
have water,
plants?
please.
We can maybe get plants. It'd be expensive.
No, I'll just have water.
Water? You want lizard?
Yeah, I'll have lizard.
Where are you from? He says to you, Ellie.
I'm from around, and I just turn around and I walk away.
He turns to you, Bo. I know her type. Oh yes. You want to be careful. She'll cut your purse open. Take your money.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to get on our bad side, Bubba.
Where are you from? You look like you're from City 2.
What's it to you?
I'm just curious. It's not often we get people coming in from all around.
I suppose I come from the streets of Alexandria myself.
Do you know the
I'm
queen?
a city boy.
There are trains. You have trains there that fly.
Oh, we got all that fancy stuff.
You have special coins.
Let's not talk about money here. It's making me a little nervous now. Might allure the children.
Yes. Okay. Yes, this is your children.
No. No. We're not even family. We're traveling together.
Oh, you're traveling. Where are you going?
Oh, well, we're trying to get the hell out of here. That's what we're trying to do.
Yes, we are all trying to get the hell out of here, but none of us leave.
Oh, why is that?
Where would we go?
Well,
This is the last stop.
wait, this is the last stop.
He's the last stop, yes. Everyone come here when they got nowhere else to go.
I mean, I couldn't help but notice, here, but over here, you mentioned boat?
Yes, you come by boat, no?
By boat too? Well, why don't you get out on boat?
Oh, I did not come from boat.
Oh. Well, why don't you get on boat to get out of here too?
Where would I go?
I don't know. I guess it is all very hard, and I wouldn't invite you to come to my place. That's for sure. We just met.
Oh, you probably have big house, yes?
I wouldn't say that.
With wife, children?
No, I just get by. You know. Yeah.
What do you do? What is your job?
Oh, so what about the food and some booze? Can we get some of that at our table?
Whoa! I saved you a spot. What are you doing? Get over. What are you doing?
Okay, whiskey and lizard.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. And he turns around and heads into the like a back door. You hear him like shout something. Bench! We get whiskey, lizard. Yes. 4. One is very small. Yes. 1. And then he comes back out. You want vegetable?
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
They want vegetable. They know it's expensive. Yes. 4. Okay. Okay. Who is pay?
I mean,
Bo had a lot of money.
I guess I could cover this bill.
It's very, very expensive.
Oh.
You have to be careful. You have to make sure you have it before I put the vegetables in the pot.
Oh.
You have the money?
Well,
What are we talking here?
Can we get a look at the menu? How much are we talking about these vegetables?
It will be 8 copper.
Oh.
That is a lot. You're right. Are you gonna be able to handle all that, Bo?
Is that 8 per piece?
Huh? No, 8 copper total. 4 whiskey,
Oh.
4 lizard,
Okay.
4 vegetable.
All right. That's good by me.
Are you sure, Bo? Because I can take this one if
Look,
you'd like.
ladies, we've been across the desert. I'm sure we're famished, and we deserve a good meal.
Oh, 2 whiskeys then.
Okay, all right. Can you add that on the tab?
2 whiskeys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, 8 copper.
All right, it's a done deal.
Do you want a room?
Oh.
You stay overnight?
Well.
What did that sandwalker over there say
What?
at the table?
Something.
Oh, you don't want to follow him. You're following him?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we want to follow him?
He's going to
what
know
do you
you're
know?
following him. He's very good.
Huh,
What?
He will know.
We're traveling with him.
yeah.
You're with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
We hired him to take us. Is he
Oh.
staying here the night? Because if he is, we should too.
He has not made the booking at the inn.
Then maybe we should talk to him first.
I think we should really rest though. We really need to rest. Maybe we should talk him into staying.
Sure.
It's not good to go into. We don't know what we're going into. It's just not good to go with no sleep. So we'll have Bo. Bo and I will go talk to him. See if we can get him to stay.
Okay.
Okay.
8 copper though? Before you
Yep.
go?
8 copper.
That's good.
There you go. 8 copper.
Yeah, you can hand over 8 copper. It's 10 copper to a silver and 10 silver to a gold is how it works to convert. So you can break one up. One of your, I think everyone only has gold right now, right? So you can and you can break them up at whichever way you want. I don't care too much with your starting money. So you can break a gold down to silver and then a silver down to copper and hand over 8. So he takes the 8. He bites 2 of them and then heads out the back. It's okay, they're good for it. Yes. Oh, you don't give them the good shit. No. Oh. And then he comes back out. Okay, we get your whiskeys, yes?
Oh, yes, please.
And then pours out like 2 whiskeys each in these kind of greasy looking tumblers. Like a couple of them have got bits of sand in the bottom. And he slides them over the bar towards you and says, "You want water?"
Are they
Sure, yes.
I get you a jug of water.
sanitary?
Big jug? Little jug?
Yes, please. Big jug.
Okay. I get you a
Multiple
big jug.
big jugs, in fact. Yes, thank you.
Multiple big jug.
Yes,
Water free.
yes.
Okay. You just get refill. I get you one big jug.
Okay,
Yes?
that'll be perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can sit where you like. Except there.
Where does he point?
Points in the very middle table.
Okay. And nobody's there right now, or is there somebody
No,
there?
no one's there.
Well, is it reserved?
Yeah, who sits there?
That is for Chancellor.
Oh.
Oh, what's this chancellor's name? Never met the man.
He's Chancellor Straven.
No, but what's his? Does he have a name?
Straven.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Is his
misheard
name?
you.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
His
good to
strange
know.
name. Lizard name.
Is he a lizard?
Yes. Big lizard.
We're eating. We're eating.
Is he aware that he comes here to eat his own kind?
Oh, yes. He's very aware. Yes.
Oh,
He does
I'm
not care.
imagining it's intentional.
cannibalism.
Yes. He is cannibal.
Duh.
There is
Wow.
nothing he would not eat.
Ugh.
Well, how'd you end up with him for your chancellor? That's some bad luck. if
Don't pick
if
the
I've ever heard
Chancellor.
of
The God King.
it. Oh,
Pick
Oh,
every
okay,
Chancellor.
God picking the chancellor, huh? Oh,
Yes.
all right.
Put him here with us.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, what bad luck for you guys?
Oh, yes. Very bad luck to end up here. I don't know why the hell you would come here.
Same.
I'm here.
Are you okay,
Point to
miss?
Suna.
what?
Yes, I'm fine.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you speak up a little?
Yeah, she's from here, though. That's why we came here.
You're from here?
No, I mean,
She's
I'm-
not from
no,
here.
I'm not.
I know
no, I'm
everybody
not-
here.
I'm
I know
not-
everyone.
No, I'm not from here. I'm from Dust Vale originally, but I'm not from this town. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He takes the 2 tumblers of whiskey away from Aura. She should not drink this, no?
Yeah, probably not. But I would like it, and I've got this walking stick here, and only room for one. So do you think you could bring the other one over to the table?
You're gonna get drunk, aren't you?
He
What?
pushes the 2 glasses over to you. You can walk twice.
Aura, would you
It's okay.
mind?
That's fine. I should drink water. I think the heat stroke's just still.
No, you definitely should drink water, and that whiskey is for me. But I'm wondering if you would mind carrying it for me back to the.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, great! Thank you so
Pick 'em
much.
up.
Oh, that's very kind of you. And I'll move over to the table where the Sandwalker and the dwarf are.
Yeah, they're on a
Oh.
table that like probably 4 people can sit on, so you can either drag chairs over or just sit on the one next to them kind of thing. It's like a foot away, but they seem to
Oh,
have
I
like
will
kind
sit
of
like right next to them for sure.
they've like put themselves in like a corner. The Sandwalker's
Mhm.
like put his back against a wall, dragged over another stall and put his feet up, taken his boots off, and he's like rubbing his feet kind of thing. He's like made himself right at home. The dwarf looks like he's freaking out. He's kind of doing the thing that Bo's doing, where he's like, "They took my money, those little kids. I'm telling you, that's where it went. I didn't drop it." And the Sandwalker's like, "You lost all of your things in the sand. That is where it is. You lost all your tools, your weapons, everything. Your bag is gone. Huh? That is where your money went." No. The one thing I knew I had on me was my purse. I don't know where my money went. That was the kids when we came in.
Well, I have whiskey. Who wants whiskey?
Hey, give me that. They don't have beer. No ale. In a place
It's
like
been
this.
I know it's been 10 years since I've had Dust Vale whiskey. I'm ready to get right wrecked.
I grabbed 2 chairs from another table. I don't even ask permission. I just grab them and I like don't pick them up or anything. I just drag them along the ground and set one right in front of Aura, and I say you should probably sit. And I set the other one next to Aura and I sit down.
I'll put the 2 whiskeys on the table.
Oh, this one's for me, and you can have this one. I pass one to the dwarf.
The dwarf like takes the drink and looks at the Sandwalker. Right, so you're saying I just gotta stay here until a train arrives? That is right, yes. It will take you to Rastreach and you can go back to wherever you're from. Thunderall. Alright, the homelands, and I'm never leaving again. Alright, I'm never coming back to this shithole anyway. Okay, that is fine. You just wait here, okay? You stay with Barkley. He'll look after you. Points at the barkeep.
Aren't you a scholar?
What? A scholar? Hey, yeah, hey, I am. That's why I shouldn't be on a place like this.
Well, aren't you curious?
No.
About what saving the world is like? You
What?
could come with us. It would be an adventure.
Where are you going?
To save the world.
Hey, you're going to,
Oh, yeah, you'd be great. We're gonna go find that gate. Wouldn't you want to see that as an archaeologist?
You could be the first one to discover it and write about it and tell everyone else about it.
Hey, but he said it's bullshit.
That's not.
He said it's bullshit.
Well, aren't you curious?
It's a story. And that you lot are crazy.
Well, we could be, but we could also be telling the truth, and then you'd be famous.
Yeah, I mean, those things don't have anything to do with one another. We could be crazy and telling the truth. That does work. It does work like that.
You just want to go to some old ruin and what you're going to do look for?
We have to find out when we get there.
I've not got any of my stuff. All my bites have gone in the sand.
Well, have you seen how expensive it is here? We could afford you new stuff.
Do you think they've got advanced dwarven archaeological tools and a shite hole like that?
Basic. We'll just get you basic shit. What, you don't know how to work with basic shit anymore? City spoiled you?
Give me a persuasion check.
Seeing as this is getting rather juicy, I just quickly slide on in and sit next to Sona. Oh, this is getting good.
Yes.
13.
Fine.
13. He shakes his head. No, I want to go to the city. You're right. Yeah, I want to go to the city. No. I'm not going with you. You lot are crazy. You're all going to go out there in the sand and you're going to get swallowed up by the sand or eaten by something. I don't like it here. I'm not staying here. I'm not going to know.
All right. Calm down.
I quit. That's it.
I lean into Aura and I whisper,
I'm working on a farm.
we should kidnap him. I just whisper it to Aura. That's it. And
I give her a look.
he could be helpful. And I'd like lean back and I'm like, whatever, man. You know, it's your loss. Maybe we'll find another dwarf to come with us.
I just kind of look over to Suna because she didn't hear what Ellie said to me. And I just kind of widen my eyes at her.
Do you want to try some? It is really good.
No,
I see you eyeing it.
No, I'm good. I mean, is drinking right now the best choice? I mean,
When isn't it?
because it's dehydrating.
Oh, I have water. I'll drink lots of water. I'll be fine.
I just kind of look at everybody and just have a moment of like, how did I get here? What is happening?
Marwood is also shaking his head at you like you're going to die. In fact, he probably just straight up says, you're all going to die if you don't. The dwarf says, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go and use the little boy's room. And he stands up and walks away.
Get it, because he's short.
Oh, I'll come
guess
with
so.
you.
He's not
I'll
funny.
come too.
That's not funny. And the sandwalker kind of sits up and says, so when do you want to go? We can go tomorrow morning or we can go overnight. Depending on your preference. You prefer cold or hot?
Probably cold, right? It's probably better to go overnight.
I mean, we all have clothing.
It
and
depends.
You can only take off so much, right? I mean, we could all get naked and go in the heat, or we could just
we should
keep our
go by
clothes on.
daytime, probably. We'll
Well,
be
I
safer.
mean, we are sort of in a rush. Just like to put that out there.
Right. Yes. Oh, you have to get there fast.
Yes.
Fast route dangerous. Slow route safe. You pick.
The fast one. We'll be fine.
Okay, and you can all fight, yes? Not just this crazy one.
We can hold our own, probably.
What about
He's
old
not
man?
that crazy. He's not that crazy.
Can he
I
fight?
think he's talking about Bo.
Yeah, he's definitely talking about you, but he's like, yeah, the old man can fight, yes. I see him shouting a lot when we were fighting Snake.
He can help us stay in the fight. If you get my drift.
He is cheerleader.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. And what about you?
like
You
that.
can use that sword?
Yes, I've never been to a place like this, but my father taught me how to use this.
Your father teach you it?
Hmm.
He teach you Zephyr Strike?
I mean, your accent's very thick. I didn't quite understand you.
Yes, I did not think you could do it. A ranger with a sword that big does not know Zephyr Strike. He's like sandworm I cannot borrow.
So, how dangerous are we talking? Are we talking more giant spiders dangerous, or just like some annoying snakes and stuff? How dangerous?
Snakes, scorpions, bandits, undead creatures that come out, things that fly and change shape. There's everything out there.
I look at Suna and I'm like, okay, before you get drunk, really think about this.
I'm not.
But before you do, I think we should go the safe route, the safer route.
But Ellie, we're in a race. If
We are
don't-
in a race, but
don't
if
get there
everyone dies trying to get there, then we auto win anyway. So,
I just don't.
I think
we wouldn't have been chosen if we couldn't handle the faster route.
we couldn't handle a spider.
Well, that was one spider, but we were smart enough to run from it.
He's pretty
Not
big
everything-
spider.
Yeah, not everything is something that you can defeat.
I
think we have the smarts and the skills that we can go the faster route.
Yay, but if it comes down to it, I'm getting my ass out of trouble. So
I take you fast route if she can best me in sword fight.
oh shit. Well, you gotta let her get some rest.
Then you prove you can go that way.
Oh man.
What? Now you're not going to take us? You gave us the option to go fast route or slow route. And
Yes, but now you are saying
changing your
that
mind?
she does not know how to use Zephyr Strike.
She does. Well, she might not know that, but she knows how to use the sword well enough.
I
and
don't know
we
it.
picked you.
If we go fast route and she does not know how to use this sword and this crazy one run from fight and old man shouting all time, you are all going to die. And
I
it might
hate
get me
being
killed.
right. I knew you were full of shit.
I stand up and I push the chair back. Then let's do this now. I will not run from a fight. And I put my hand on the sword.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, but someone
Meet
stab
me
him to make it
outside.
even. You know,
And-
'Cause it's uneven right now.
She like stands up and he's starting to put his boots back on. Yes, okay. You show me what you've got, Forest Walker, yes? If she can hold her own, I take you fast route, okay?
Okay. Just no killing each other, please.
I'm
That'd
not
be
kill
great.
somebody. What do you think I am? Mad, crazy assassin?
I mean, you never know. What is that? What you think of me? That's not what I am.
No, I don't think that'll be all.
I was a baker once.
Hey,
you know?
look! And then the bar keeps coming over. Hey, look, he's lizards! And he starts handing out plates of lizard and pushing water on the table and stuff. And the sandwalker follows you outside. Aura. As you guys are walking outside,
Well, I'm
the,
taking my lizard and my whiskey with me. I just want that to be known. I have had my glass of whiskey, and now I have hopefully sneakily stolen the other whiskey from the dwarf.
Oh, he got up
Absolutely.
and walked to the bathroom.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, then I just took it, and I'll take my
the dwarf
lizard
and
with
Bo are also outside because there is no bathroom. They're just pissing up the
I-
wall on the outside of the building.
I chug my whiskey and take Bo's
Yeah.
with me.
You guys walk outside. The kids immediately are like running after the two that are heading towards the thing, and he points and says, "Hey, Forest Walker, outside gate over there. Nice, kind of open place, okay?"
I don't say anything. I just walk over.
All right.
Good luck, Aura. I know you can do it.
Thank you, Suna.
He says,
I don't know if she can do it, Bo.
He pulls out his own sword and kind of like moves it around and says, "All right, let's see, Forest Walker, see if you can survive the sands."
What does
Yes.
that mean? Is that just
It means you have to
Saying you
learn
have-
how to kill things, and you need to kill things fast.
all right? I guess that's
And,
just myself.
That is where we're going to end today's session.
What?
No! I was still peeing!
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah,
Didn't even
unfortunately,
button my fly.
unfortunately, we are at time. It's time, everyone. We've come to the end of the session. and Aura gets to 1v1 the Sandwalker in 2 weeks,
Oh boy.
I believe. 2 weeks for that cliffhanger because of TwitchCon. Katie Peters Plays and Pocket are both going to TwitchCon next week, which means they won't be here. But there will be an episode. Do you know why there will be an episode, Pumpkinberry and Desbiarix?
Tell us, Brad!
Because I have a whole thing that it slipped my mind. It's really weird. I don't know, I can't believe I forgot to actually mention it, but Dying Order actually has 2 campaigns in one. There are 2 storylines, and I haven't mentioned the B story yet, and I completely forgot. So we're actually going to begin our B story next week, which is an alternate campaign that runs alongside the events of this one that's taking place with all of you guys and stuff. And if someone's missing, or if I just want to, we're going to flip to the other crew. There's going to be a B squad that are doing a whole other thing. So all 4 of you, and Tuesday Grey, because she's going to fill when one of you is missing, or if I flip to it, then whatever. You get to pick some other characters. I'm going to give each of you now, including Tuesday, access to 7 characters that I have made character sheets for based on characters that I had members of the Inquisition in the Dying Order Discord. They sent me a bunch of characters. I was like, make me characters. Give me some characters. And then I made them into character sheets. And those are the actual characters for the little B story here. So, very confusing, I know. But next week will be the beginning of the little B story thing. It's going to run alongside this. It won't be the main group here. But it just means that when somebody's missing or if something weird is going on, we can still play, basically. Last time I ran like one-shots, and these are going to be similar to that. They're like one-shots with these separate characters. But before we get into all of that and I get these lot going, we're going to do a little round of shout-outs. We have 2 members that aren't here next week, so let's start with them. Pocket, where can people find you in the week?
You can find me at twitch.tv/pocket. I stream every day, but Monday, except for this week, is going to be a little weird because I'm flying out Thursday, so I'll be streaming Monday. And you can find me on Twitter at Pocket as well, POKKET, not CK, because it was taken everywhere. So.
Damn them. Damn them. It's a good name, though. I wish I had a better name. I hate my name on Twitch. I can't even say it myself. Because it's got too many T's in it, just like Katie Peters Plays, which I also can't say because I'm from London. Where are you and what are you doing for the next 2 weeks while you're missing?
I'll be on my channel playing games, getting ready for Halloween, doing horror games and heart rate monitor, but I'll be at TwitchCon and I'll post my schedule on Twitter, so if you want to come say hi to me, come say hello.
Yes.
I'll be around.
Indeed. You'll also get to 1v1 a Sandwalker when we return. So get your head in the game for that one. Prepare what you're going to do. Alright. Because he will kill you. I'm kidding. Disbiarix. Where can people find you in the week and stuff and things?
Well, you can find me over at twitch.tv/disbiarix and probably going to be playing a lot of horror games as well with Halloween coming real soon. And we'll be back here next week with some more D&D.
Yeah. I guess you probably won't be wearing the beard next week. That'll be weird, maybe.
No, that'll be weird.
I don't know. Maybe you will. I don't know. There might be one in there with a beard. We'll find out. Last but not least, Pumpkinberry, the half genie. Kill me.
Hello. Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry. I do stuff over on my own channel, like playing through Final Fantasy VIII, which also has a B storyline, and I'm kind of freaking out.
I totally
right now.
based it on the Laguna Final Fantasy VIII twist thing, because I'm like, what do I do if someone's missing a week? I'm going to plan for it this time. And I'm just going to set up a second I'm going to write a second campaign and just slot it in exactly the same way as Final Fantasy VIII. You get some Laguna characters now to play. It's super complex, Disby and Katie Peters Plays. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing you in the deep end.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I always kind of wanted to do this kind of thing as well.
I know you've mentioned it before.
Yeah. And this is the one. This is when I'm running. You guys are actually kind of involved in several kind of experiments that I'm running as a GM during this campaign. So I feel like the last one I ran, I was like, this is everything I know and how to run things exactly how I should run things. And I did it and was like, tick, time to fuck around. And then you lot walked in. So yeah, sorry. All right, Final Fantasy VIII. If you don't know what the hell's going on, then go and see Pumpkin Berry and she'll explain it to you. And we'll be doing what is essentially a one shot, but we'll return to in over the course of Dying Order. There's a B story. Oh wait. God, I know what you're gonna say.
Sorry. Do you?
Podcast?
Yes.
Go on then.
We are on Apple, and it would do a lot of assistance to Tablestory if you could take 2 minutes out of your day to rate and review the show on Apple. Please, 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 please. You don't even know. I'm trying to hopefully see us on the new and noteworthy featured page on Apple, and we can't do it without your help.
So what do? They click on the link to the Apple thing.
They go and they rate and review it through Apple. That's all you have to do.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So there's a podcast version.
You don't need an iPhone. You don't need an iPhone.
No. All right. Yeah. Do that, please. We appreciate it if you support the chan here, and make sure you go and follow all these lovely peeps. And again, we'll see the rest of you next week. I'm gonna quickly go and tell these people what the hell's going on with the game, and you can pick some new characters for temporary characters. And we'll see you next week as they play out whatever the hell I'm talking about. Yeah! I don't know either. All right. Thanks for watching.
It's gonna be so exciting. I feel like this is fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next week, and we'll see two of you in 2 weeks. All right. Peace out and goodbye.